Based.
After Dark.
Thank you all for watching the Based After Dark podcast. If you enjoyed this show, then you can support us further by subscribing to our Patreon that offers 3 different tiers. That will be linked in the description down below.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Based After Dark, episode 51. Today we're joined by the legendary, non-alcoholic, Hamzy himself. That's Hamzy_IRL, Mr. Ignoble Solid, our queen, Zoe Pancakes, the guy himself, Mr. Nine Rain, and our special guest, not British, Mr. Westham. Welcome.
Hey, what?
Yeah, wait, you're not British?
Did you schedule him to be in the UK?
What?
This is why I said that. Like when we first were meant to start this cast, it was meant to start like an hour and a half ago, and I asked Seth if he genuinely thought I was British because the time schedule that he's gone after is the British time one.
Yeah, I did do the British time
I'm sorry.
schedule again.
Prison Joe, how many times have you done this?
I think I've done it twice. But in my defense, we would have had no guests the last 3 weeks if I didn't schedule the guest. 1, and also in my defense 2.
Okay.
I was in a different time zone when I did schedule this. So those are my defenses.
I'm still not sure if the whole British thing is a bit or not.
Why would that be a bitch?
It's not a bit.
Okay.
It's not
Can I ask a very
What
not
are you?
racist question? Like
every
completely
single
not
day.
racist.
What's with the
What are you?
accent? Why? How long have you been doing that thing?
I don't know. Since I was like 13, 14, probably.
Wait, so
So,
you're
what are
very
you? What the
committed
fuck
to
are you?
speaking like that?
It's not like a thing I do. It's not like I do it on purpose. It's not like I was like right
okay.
now making an active effort to sound British. It's just how I sound.
Can I
That's
tell
just
you
what's
guys
happening
something
here.
that might blow all of your minds?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
When people in Europe learn English, they learn it usually with an English accent. I know this might be a lot to take in, but they normally don't learn it with an American accent.
There's 2 different types of English that you can study, which is so in Sweden we study British English, not American English. So every like audio test, like I don't know, every speaking.
I don't
test-
understand.
I'm gonna murder all of you.
We're just fucking
What's he
crickets.
saying?
We're all like, I don't get it. What's he saying? I thought he was speaking English.
so you're telling me that if
saying?
like
Oh my
any
gosh.
European person that I meet who speaks English is going to have a British accent? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, not at all. I think it varies. I think it just varies from like school to school. Some people get taught American English, some people get taught like British English. I don't know.
So like, do you
Doesn't
pick up that
necessarily-
accent? Like, do people who take American English or have that at their school in Europe have like an American-ish accent?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Oh.
I think I just got it from playing RuneScape.
Oh, really?
enough.
Yeah,
Like,
you
actually?
Yeah, because I started going on Skype and shit when I was like 10 years old. My first RuneScape friend I made, he was what was it? I was like 10, he was 11. We would just, like, he was from Belgium, so we would just learn English together, speaking in like the most broken English with
cute.
Google Translate.
What'd you use
open.
first?
Wait,
Did
so
you
you're
use,
saying if I hang out with Ignoble too much, I'm gonna start sounding like him?
I think it would.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
That would
When you're
require a
younger.
substantial amount of estrogen entering your body, Nine Rain. If you,
All right, okay, whatever,
think.
man.
Dude, I'm gonna be the only reason we make fun of Ignoble is because he has the best faces. Whatever. It's just.
We wouldn't do it.
I just stare at Ignoble's camera and say shit. That's all this podcast is for me.
you saw the cut of the last podcast. You got bullied a little bit. Can we throw that in?
was
You know,
good.
show that. It was a good,
Yeah,
a good
Lukey,
little edit
shout out.
there.
30 minutes late and you
we're on-
ruined everything.
That's true.
Thanks, Ignoble.
What are you gonna do? Kick me out?
Shut up! I will take you out back and kill you.
Dang, there's some ignoble hate. Ignoble, I still love you, buddy. All right.
Shut up.
Terrible.
It was the most atrocious thing that has ever been said in the history of ever.
It's not a. It's disrespectful. It's just borderline. It doesn't even need to exist. It doesn't pair.
Shut up.
Okay.
Indian.
Is that what that is?
What the hell, man?
All right,
That'd
I'm
be
about to hit
ridiculous.
the
Wow,
leave call
man.
button. God damn, dude, come on.
Because he's a little bitch.
Shut up, Nine Rain. Let the Indian man speak.
It's not gaslighting. We're just telling you how we feel.
We hate him.
All right, you know what? Fuck you guys.
God damn it, ignoble. Jesus. Okay.
But yeah, I actually do want to talk about that. Can we speak about this e-bullying that is done on this podcast?
Okay,
this is an
we'll segue
intervention
into
on my
bullying.
behalf. I want to tell you guys.
I don't think that's how that works,
Okay.
but go ahead.
You guys need to stop bullying me, okay? Like, I feel scared, sad. I literally go to my therapist and I say, you know, every day I sit through this abuse, 3 hours of it, just so I can record a podcast. And she's
How
like,
much fucking money are you making to be able to afford a therapist in the US? Huh?
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor, yeah. But
Yeah,
what's
he's
the
a
thing is
doctor.
he just comes and goes as he pleases. You know, he doesn't stream, doesn't really do anything except for show for this podcast. So and then he expects to not be
He
bullied.
doesn't.
So, you
ignoble.
know.
He doesn't really do anything. He just, like,
man.
What a guy.
I went live for the first time in 2 months, I think, a few days ago. So, you know.
Wait, just let me stop you. Westham, what do you know about ignoble?
Absolutely nothing. I'm gonna
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
hey.
Hey.
Sorry.
You know what? It's nice to meet you too, West Ham.
Speaking of-
Hey, is that a-
familiar with like the NA side of Twitch? Genuinely, I have only now have I like began speaking to people.
I think you're lying. How many NA people have you e-dated?
Good question.
2.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had
Did you-
contact with NA people outside of the e-dating? Until now?
Yeah,
Before now?
a couple.
Okay.
Have you ever
Not
met
contact-
any of the
not
women you
contact.
e-dated?
Huh?
Have you ever met any of the women you e-dated in America?
I like that question.
No. One of them I genuinely e-dated when I was like 13, and I don't know how the fuck I thought that was gonna work out.
Were you
Still
giving her
counts.
like fucking like Sarah skirts
I don't
and
think
diamond rings?
13-year-olds think things are gonna work out.
Yeah, no, I
think
mean,
that that's like-
I don't think there was any planning for that. I think that was just like that was just a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Do you
You
guys
said you're on
That's
remember?
cool, though. That's
Skype
cool,
too?
man.
Hmm.
Were you on Skype at 13 years old?
Skype,
That
TeamSpeak.
is,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
What's come first? Because I think I used Skype and then I started using TeamSpeak is what I remember. That is
Yeah,
a, that is a-
I went from Skype to TeamSpeak, but I used them separately when I got both. I used to use Skype for text and then TeamSpeak for voice.
TeamSpeak was crazy because if you're on someone's server who owned the server, they had access to everybody's IP.
Yeah, I still use TeamSpeak to this day.
Why?
It's just I don't know. It's just better. Like I think it's better than Discord.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
When I think
What?
of TeamSpeak,
What
I
about
feel
it
like
is
it's just like a
better?
bunch of I feel like it's just a bunch of like
Xbox mics
IP
and-
grabbing and like slurs that are kind of hidden away.
Yeah, something about
True.
TeamSpeak is like
Yeah.
3 words, like slurs, like fucking Eastern European people, and IP
Yep.
leaks. That's it. Like that's all I think when I think TeamSpeak. You know.
That's like my most vivid memories is doing like in-game content and EOC RuneScape with Eastern European people like yelling at me to do certain stuff in different languages and different accents that I've never heard before. It's like my fond memories of TeamSpeak.
Hmm.
Oh,
I remember playing some games in. Do you guys? There's a game called Soldat. It was like a browser game. I don't know. It was like a 2D side-scrolling FPS. Someone listening to this will remember Soldat. Nobody but a couple Americans and then a bunch of Eastern Europeans played that game. And you would get in
You're being-
TeamSpeak, and it was rowdy.
You're being
feel
the
like
old
I'm
guy right now,
immediately
man.
got
Stop it.
Very
I'm
cool,
just that
man.
guy.
Yeah. None of us
No,
were
I
born
don't
in
know about this.
1988.
The original
but you know
content.
Go
what?
look at, guys, go look at
Good
your
for you, man.
demographics. Literally, all of your viewers are 25 to 35.
You're not wrong.
Grow up. Grow up.
yeah, but okay,
Dude.
who's actually telling their age on YouTube though? I feel like we all made accounts when we were like underage.
Are you still using the account you made when you were like 2?
No, so that one got banned, but
Yeah, see?
For what?
Whoa.
Whoa.
I lost my my old YouTube account like 2 years ago, and I was so sad about it. So
What
many
happened?
like old videos.
What'd you say?
There was like a thing in the clanning community where we used to, I guess, like people would copyright strike your videos, even though like I don't know how it worked, but they would just do that without even owning the source material. So I got 2 strikes from that, and then my third came from an unlisted video I had that apparently violated the policy, and then my account just got banned.
What did you
Holy
do in the
shit.
video?
I have no idea.
I'm on to
Jesus.
you.
It was a re-upload of the grapefruit technique video.
Dude, I thought you were gonna say like, just part of just normal clanning things like I don't know, walking around typing slurs to people and.
I thought you were gonna say you had like a video
it's
compilation of you
definitely
just walking
different,
around with people's home addresses.
Yeah.
That'd be a good video.
The clanning community is an interesting part of RuneScape, but definitely in the past for me.
That's fair.
Were you ever in one of the big clans, or are you still?
I led one of them for a couple of years, but yeah, I'm not that involved with it anymore. It's all kind of like in the past now.
Dude,
Especially
I feel
you can't even do it anymore anyway.
That's true.
I feel like someone could do a Channel 5 style like video with the clanning community. It's that fucked up.
Oh,
You guys know what I'm talking about? The all gas, no brakes.
Holy
Oh,
fuck.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the type of guy.
Multi-clans as well are so ruthless.
That would be
Like-
that would be a good video.
I'm gonna
Have
be
you guys ever gone
completely
to like
honest.
multi-walls just to loot or no?
No, but I've watched a lot of Reign of Terror videos.
Yeah, I don't
They're
know.
like
You go
so
into a
addicting to
multi-wall-
watch.
Go into a multi-war is just an experience because you'll see
I've
some
never
random,
seen a.
like address just being spammed by 100 people.
Oh my
The full
god.
name,
Bro, they're
the
playing a different
address, the name
game.
of their sister, their mother, their dad. It all just gets spammed by the entire opposite clan, and it's just like, oh, okay.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's
That's
really
a different
bad.
game they're playing.
Imagine we had that in like TOB if you fucking died at Maiden or something or Bloat and like everybody just like auto spamming your
16.
fucking yeah. Just like dropping your sister's name and address.
Angela Williams, 2067 North Street.
That's a banger video idea. Who wants to do that with me?
So someone
I'm
just.
down, let's do it.
I'm done. I'm really scraping for content right now.
Could
So
you
like,
get us a
please
Raycon?
pick me
You
over.
could get us a Raycon sponsor on that video? Surely.
Tell us about the Raycon.
Actually, I mean,
Is Nine Rain chopping for you guys?
What
or
do you
just
Yeah,
video?
yeah. He's chopping hard.
I
I was
didn't want to comment
distracted.
on it, but like he's so laggy.
Yeah. We just had some technical difficulties. Mr. Nine Rain, he is he's here. He's
hello.
back.
Hello. Why
He's
did
in the
it
room
take
with us
that
right
long,
now.
bro?
Did you like that pause?
Yeah.
I thought the Discord cut out or something. I guess.
Yeah.
He's back. But that's how he was before. He was not there. That's why the long pause.
You
He's
sound
back. Yeah.
so much
Fanatic.
better. We can actually have a conversation
Yeah,
because
you
last
look
time
good too. You look great. I mean, you're looking really good over there.
Thanks,
So, yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think
Where were
we
we?
were talking about we were talking about TwitchCon in the when we were waiting for Nine Rain, we were asking Westham if he's coming, and he did say that he plans to come to TwitchCon Las Vegas. I have one question. My question is, what are your expectations? Like, what are you expecting to experience in the superior country, America?
I'm expecting to come home like 20 pounds heavier. Aside from that, I don't know. I genuinely don't have a fucking clue. I don't know if like going out and to a gun range is like a possibility in Vegas. But
Okay.
if I'm gonna
Hey, that
go
would be
there,
sick. That would be sick,
I
bro.
want to see what the hype is about. I want to find out if it's like a
It's
good
fun.
feeling to be
You want to
blasting.
Damn right,
pull
brother.
the trigger? You want to shoot a gun?
Yeah, just do it once and then never touch one again, perhaps.
I do have to tell you, Vegas is one of the places where prostitution is legal. Just so you know.
Yeah. If you're trying to, finally
Yeah.
have sex, it's
No,
The whole yeah.
yeah. It's a good place.
There is a higher chance for you to be allowed into the based compound or the mansion party if you bring strippers with you or prostitutes. So
Also, yeah, I'll have a gun, so maybe we can take it back after 8 or 10 drinks and rip one off if you want. Just see what
I think
happens.
that's a great idea.
Take it
Good
out
idea.
back. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Just name like one clan you hate, and we can just find their faces and print out pictures of them and just start shooting. It'll be really fun. No one has to know.
My favorite
Hell yeah.
gun experience from someone from not the United States was Dahlbush, because I did bring a firearm to San Diego, and I had just set it on the counter for a moment because I was putting my stuff away, and then I remember later she had said. She said, "I saw President Joe's gun and it scared me."
No way.
I mean, it's a little scary, especially
Just
for a
the-
Canadian, just to have a
The
fucking gun
sight-
sitting
the
on the
sight of the
counter.
holstered gun scared her, and that was fucking cracked me up.
Yeah, he wouldn't give it to me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen one aside from like on a police officer. That's about it.
The police in Sweden carry guns.
Most of the time, no. Very, very rarely do you see someone with a gun.
It's just like special, like different, like a certain unit probably carries guns. 'Cause I think that's how it is.
Yeah,
a lot of,
I something
yeah.
like that. Most of the time, they just have a taser and like.
You ever been arrested?
No, I've not.
Should you ever have been arrested?
Absolutely not.
How could you get arrested? You just shove the cop, and you're like, "What are you gonna do?" Bro.
That is so true. And then you go to prison, and it's like just being at a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, you're like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I genuinely almost like when I was younger, I always used to think like, surely the plan B, if you live like since I'm in Sweden, it's just like if shit ever hits the fan, I can just go to prison and it's fine.
I mean,
like,
Sweden's
really comfortable.
Wait.
They have PlayStations, TVs, like what more?
Sweden's like really progressive, right? Don't they just put you in a cell with a bunch of dudes and ladies? Like that'd be probably a step up for a lot of people.
I'm not sure about all of that. All I know is that Sweden is like big on rehabilitation rather than like punishment.
Like retributive punishment, yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't know. I think our way of viewing it. I think Norway does it too. Denmark too. Is kind of just.
I've seen the photos. It's kind of like a it's like a low
It
tier
looks like a
Hilton.
college dorm.
Yeah, it looks like a Hilton or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting because I remember actually like looking at different policies for I don't know, like the different theories behind retributive versus rehabilitative punishment, and I like a lot of there's a lot of literature that suggests that, well, first of all, most criminals are repeat offenders. There's a small minority of people who are highly disagreeable, and they will, like, the second they get out of jail, they're just like, how quickly can I get back? That's not everybody, but the literature on that is very clear. They're almost all males under the age of 27. So actually a lot of what prison systems do is lock up those young men until they're 27, and then their hormones change, and this is well documented. But the other side of the theory is everybody, like, we can just make everybody a good person. I believe that the data suggests that works a lot better for homogenized cultures, so I could see how smaller, more homogenous cultures that would be the case for, like, where you're from.
Big words I don't understand.
Homogenous meaning like a lot of the culture and a lot of the people are very similar.
He's saying it's all blonde white people in Sweden. That's what he's saying.
Well, no.
He's saying all y'all white Christian folk with your little buckets and your goats and shit, y'all think the same.
Westham brought up a European prison, and Niner is turning to Joe Rogan.
I wonder if can we just put a picture of like bald me and stretch me a little wider so I look like I've been on growth hormone? What? No, but I'm actually curious. Like, wait, first of all, is everyone in Sweden Christian? Is that even a thing?
What do you mean? If
religious?
Yeah. Like, what's the religion like in?
Well,
like, where you're from?
Christianity is the most popular, yeah.
Yeah, is that like socially the norm?
I mean, I guess. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Sweden isn't necessarily like super religious by any means. It's hard for me to say because I think my parents are like, they're vaguely religious, I'd say. They believe in the foundations of Christianity, I guess, but they never forced it upon me or anything like that. And
okay, I noticed you were wearing a cross necklace as well. Are you religious, or is it more just a part of your culture?
I'd suppose it's just part of my culture.
It's just swag,
I was just curious.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I wouldn't
no, that's
say
cool.
But yeah, I
was just curious.
My parents never forced anything upon me. I very much appreciated them for that. Yeah, I don't know. They just kind of in the middle, I guess.
Guys, I've got a confession to make. I was really into this. I was really into this girl for a while, and I was dating her. And
wow, this is kind of, bro. We were just talking about prison. What is this segue here, bro?
I just wanted to.
I wanted to share my thoughts on prison.
Go on.
It's a religion thing. I went to Korean church for a girl to impress her mom.
This is a girl you just recently dated?
No,
How
it's
do
a
I know
different
it's
one.
Korean church?
Oh, okay.
Like, and are we talking like one time or?
I went the
extended
one time and I
period?
never went back. So like I pulled up, it's just like, and I go in and then it's just like all these little Korean kids, looking Korean. They look at me
What
and
do
they're
you
just
mean
like,
by that?
something looks a little off with this one. And I'm
What's he
just
saying?
like,
I'm glad you're gonna get away with saying that, but continue.
they're just like, that guy's eyes are a little
How
too big
nice
to be here.
must it be to be able to say shit like that? I envy you, Ignoble.
I can't be here anymore.
Oh my god.
So continue. I'm listening.
No, but it was the most awkward feeling I've ever
this
had.
is an intriguing story. All the little.
It's all the
actually
details
point?
come up, and it's just like I'm going in and I meet her, and she's like, yeah, just come on, come to whatever sermon or whatever. I've never really been to church outside of that. I don't know shit about it. So I'm just like sitting there, and these people just like turn around, look at me, and they're just like, all right, whatever, it is what it is. Girlfriend at the time's sitting with me, and then I meet her. Her mom is sitting at the front, so I met her after all that stuff happened, and she literally just like looked at me, nodded, and just like walked away. And that was the only interaction I had with her.
Are you not allowed to be like not Korean at a Korean church?
I don't know. I'm sure it's okay, but she just like looked at me, nodded, and left. Like I thought I would have an interaction with her mom, but she was just like, I wasn't like genuinely uncomfortable. The thing that was making me uncomfortable was just like thinking about meeting this girl's mother. Like that's what was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Not
if
a valid
her-
reason.
if she just looked
It
at you
had
and
more to
nodded,
do
I'm
with the-
sure. Well, as I was say, if she looked at you and nodded at you and then walked away, that's what would make me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay,
And regardless,
so
regardless,
she
like
actually,
you're
like-
still gonna have. Sorry, go ahead, Ryan. Nine Rain.
no. Was she trying to
see it.
introduce you? Like, did your girlfriend say, "Hey, mom, this is my boyfriend"?
Yeah.
Ignoble solid.
Yeah, that's literally how it went. And she
Exactly
was just
like
like, okay, interesting. And
Not
just-
a nod of
Wow, and
distaste.
she didn't. Wow. Okay, no, that's she hated you. That was
Thanks.
clearly clear. Like, there's no other way to put. That was either racist or she was mad that you're just fake Korean Christian.
I clearly wasn't.
Have you ever seen anyone be introduced, not extend a hand or a word, and just go, And dude, she hates brown people. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that, bro. That's fucked up.
I mean,
you're on the bigger
I've
and
dealt
better
with that
things.
before.
It is what it is. I just found it funny more so. At the time, I was uncomfortable. Later, I looked back. I'm just like, it was an
Oh,
experience.
it's funny now, but
It's
at the
funny now.
time, it's probably like my girlfriend's mom is racist towards me. Oh shit.
Bro, I literally dated this girl that was like, she was like a K Kona from like central Pennsylvania. Okay. So, she told her family.
Pennsylvania?
Exactly. Yes. Pennsylvania. That's
Yeah.
what they call Pennsylvania between Pittsburgh and Philly. And
Yeah.
so she told her, I was meeting her family for the first time, and she's like, hey guys, like you're gonna meet my boyfriend. He's a Muslim Arab. Like, this is who I'm. And dude, when I came into their family barbecue and they saw me, dude, the amount of cousins and stuff that were coming up to me like, man, I thought you were gonna be coming in wearing a turban and shit. I didn't know you were just like us. Like,
Bro, that was my barbecue.
so
I
funny.
remember that. That's crazy.
that's cousin actually.
I mean,
my
maybe
God.
to be honest, maybe that's your girlfriend's fault for leading with he's super Arab. Like, just gonna warn you, very, very Arab.
Yeah, no,
feel
it's
like-
definitely a bit on her, but just the whole family in general. I don't think they've ever met someone that was not American.
Good for them. I feel like Hamsy's like the best foot forward for like most people groups. I would love it if someone introduced me to someone and then Hamsy showed up.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
it's like a
That's your job.
soft entering.
Dude, well, I mean, like, whatever the case may be, they're like, "Hey, you're gonna meet my RuneScape player friend." Hamsy shows up. Hamsy's like the guy.
Best case scenario.
Hamzy
Yeah,
is the
whatever
first
box
person.
you're trying to check, if Hamsy shows up, they're like, "This is dope."
Hamzy is
Yeah,
actually the
luckily
first
she didn't say
person
anything
I
about-
took, and I let him meet my IRL friends. He was the first person. I'm just like, all right, this is a good like ease into like these are my RuneScape friends. He's they're not all weird.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't know like if Ignoble had told them like about. I know because he's mentioned before in the past that like he doesn't tell his IRL friends about like streaming and playing RuneScape and stuff. So I remember the first thing like they had already been at the restaurant sitting, and I go and meet them, and they're already there, and I like grab a seat. And they ask me like, "Oh, how do you know Ignoble?" And I just look over at him, and I'm like, "How do I know you, bro?" I was like, "Can I say it?"
You're so real for that.
I
So have you
appreciate
heard
that.
of
I
Iron
appreciate
Man
that.
mode in RuneScape?
Thank God he didn't
So
go
there's a
that
clan
deep.
called Homies. That's beautiful. Westham, I have a question for you. Are you
Go on.
prepared for everybody in the States to comment on your accent or no?
Yes, I think I deal with it every single day on stream, so it's
Really?
completely fine.
That's
Well,
surprising.
yeah, because I feel like people from my stream will just be like, "Oh, you're not British," and then I just I don't know, I'll like regurgitate the same information 50 times.
You have a British command. You should make a command. Just exclamation point British. That explains everything.
The British
See,
allegations.
the thing with that stuff is, I feel like as a streamer, at the same time, even though you get the same questions all the time, if you add a command for it, it's also taken away from like an easy conversation or like an
That's
easy
so
joke
true.
that you can make all the time.
Yeah.
So like, even
That's
though
fair.
I guess regulars have heard it 500 times by now, they don't even care. They find it equally as funny as me.
Yeah,
when
they're
it's
like
something-
in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If it's good for you, if it's not actually agitating, then yeah, I'd keep it. Use something easy to
Yeah,
talk about.
I feel like you don't really get annoyed by any questions on stream. Aside from when updates happen, that's probably the worst.
You don't get annoyed by being accused of British?
Huh?
You don't get annoyed by getting accused of being British?
That's what I was thinking. That's why I
Right?
suggested the command. I thought you were going to be more annoyed.
Imagine
by that
someone
than
comes up to you and be like,
welcoming.
"Yeah, oh, you're British, right?" Like I would fucking slap
hurt
him
my
across the
feelings.
face, dude. Are you
I,
serious?
yeah,
I
if someone told me
genuinely I thought about moving to the UK. I kind of want to live there almost. I feel like
Almost.
Sweden doesn't really have a I feel like Sweden doesn't really have anything for me in terms of like meeting other content creators and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
Fair.
That's true.
Is it what's it like where you live? Like geographically, is it very pretty? Is it a nice place to live?
I live in the second largest city in Sweden, and like I'm very close to, I guess, central. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'd say it's pretty, but like it's
Okay.
also just another city.
Fair enough.
Fair
I've never
enough.
been. I've never been to Sweden. I don't know what it looks like.
It's
Are
very
there
dry.
can you see mountains from where you are? Or is it very flat?
Oh yeah, no, I can see mountains from where I am.
Okay, that's at least an upgrade from where I live.
I love
mean,
that
I
you say
like-
that like it's so casual. I want
Like, I
mountains so
love-
bad.
Dude, I love Austin, but dude, I think I need some mountains in my life.
Bro,
America
just-
scares
there's
me 'cause
mountains
of,
on
like,
both
public
sides of
transportation
America,
doesn't
dude. Just pick
exist in your
one.
country.
The public transportation you said?
Yeah, it just doesn't exist in your country. I swear to God.
It exists in big cities. In
Bro,
New York,
please.
it's so good.
That's why
Like,
you have a Ford pickup truck to
Pe-
take you from A to B. Why do you need fucking public
Just
transport?
take an Uber, bro.
Dude,
I was gonna say, we have it. It's called Uber.
I frequently have non-Americans tell me a random 30-year-old American like your country blah 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 needs public transportation. I agree with you, my guy. It fucking sucks. You must have a car here or you can't get anywhere.
That's kind of how I viewed America for a long time. Is that like if you don't have a driver's license, you're fucked.
I didn't drive
Well,
for
I
like
mean, it's-
6 years
it's
when I
so-
was in college and stuff.
But you were in the
So
city,
it really
though,
depends
right,
where you
Seth?
are. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends where you are.
Yeah, but by far the exception is not needing one. Most places you must have one or it's like you just couldn't get anywhere. I mean, my nearest grocery store, I could not walk there.
Yeah. Well, Europe is
So-
just so much more dense than the US. Like,
Yeah.
it would be
Say,
impossible to
if
have public
you're,
transport everywhere.
If you're in a metropolitan area in the United States, there's a good chance you can probably make do without a vehicle. But if you're in any type of
Yeah.
rural area, you need a vehicle, or you're
You
kind
at
of fucked.
least have a bus everywhere. Like, at the absolute minimum, you'll have a
Yeah.
bus in every city.
Mhm.
But,
I
like,
also
here
just
we
like
have a
to chill in
trolley and
America.
stuff. No. You can shit on it. It's terrible. But
Well, me
yeah,
and,
here we have a trolley and stuff, which is nice.
Me and Zoe we were in Arizona together recently. We hung out and we were in the city of Phoenix, and they had the the self-driving cars.
Oh my
That
god,
was,
those were crazy.
So that was definitely
I couldn't believe it.
Wait, that's
that was
like
that was
There's
shit, we're
really
driving
no
from-
driver inside. There's
Yeah.
actually not a driver.
Yeah, and the
That's
cars just
fucking
has
Wait,
all
is
these
that like
crazy
a public transportation option?
It's an
Yeah.
app.
Wait. What?
So I was so confused too because I thought it was just when they were talking about these self-driving cars, it was just like Uber drivers in Teslas or something. No, there's like actually an app. I don't remember the name of it, but it's being tested in Phoenix, and it really is just these self-driving cars. You
what
order
was
the
it?
app, it comes and picks you up, and then
Starts with a
there's no
W.
driver there. Yeah, it starts with a W.
Waymo?
I can't remember exactly.
No.
Waymo,
yeah.
that's it.
That was it.
That
Yeah.
almost sounds,
Waymo.
I don't know, that sounds like weirdly dystopian almost.
It was really weird. And the weird part
Yeah.
is they seem like they're doing a great job. Like we were watching them go into an intersection and these two kids on bikes like swerved in front of the Waymo and the Waymo like pulled off to the side and like stopped really abruptly. Like it was really impressive.
Yeah, it's it was definitely like it was a oh shit, it's 2023 moment for sure. We were all
Yeah,
we
it
were
was
like,
pretty
yeah.
surreal.
Huh.
Yeah. Tasty
I
for
had one too
everybody
many
not
cocktails.
For the
He was just
Waymo.
like, oh, it's just a Waymo, and we were like, this is crazy.
We're like,
No
what do you
one's-
mean it's
no
just a
one's driving
Waymo?
this car. That's they ain't got that where I'm from. What the hell?
Yeah.
It was impressive actually. Yeah. I don't want to get
The
in one. I'm
longer
still
he's in
kinda
the
scared.
Waymo, the longer PJ is in the Waymo, the thicker his accent gets.
I feel like
He's just like, we're in the Waymo. What do you mean? This is crazy.
I wanted to I was curious how expensive that is. I'm assuming it's cheaper than Uber. I would assume. Like it's
I
gotta
think
be.
we looked and they're about the same.
They're the same. Wow.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I just think you're taking the driver out of the equation completely. They don't have to get paid at that point. So like, I don't know why why they
It has
couldn't be
less
cheaper.
to do
I
with.
mean, they're probably
It
just
has
gonna
less
make
to
as
do
much
with.
money as they can.
Yeah, it has less to do with cost and more to do with are people still paying that amount to use the service.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They could
Just
definitely-
like
that gets,
Jagex and their
if
$11.
that gets nationwide, which I'm sure it would eventually, that'd probably put Uber out of business, or at least
Yeah.
take it down a lot. It'd be
Uber
interesting to
prices
see.
have blown up in the last couple years. I don't know when they.
Oh my
like,
God,
just like
yes,
a couple
dude.
years ago, they were. So the reason is like Uber was operating at a loss when they first started, just to be as big as they are now.
Forever, actually, like a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they wanted to corner the market and then jack the prices up, which
Exactly.
they are doing.
That's exactly what they're doing, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck this, like.
But I
Yeah,
miss
you shouldn't
the,
be.
I missed the $9 20-minute Uber ride.
Dude,
Big-
yeah.
Dude, I remember taking
Now all
like
the smaller
$2
ones are
Uber
cheap.
pools or some shit. It was fucking insane. Like
It was
just-
very
Bro,
cheap.
fuck Uber pools, man. Dude, I'm never taking an Uber pool again, bro. That
Really,
shit's
I
so
love
Is
doing
that-
Uber
is that when
pools.
you
Because every time I go into an Uber pool, like I would give the person sitting next to me like a completely different life backstory every time. It was just like a creative
They
writing
talk
type
to you?
situation.
Why are you talking to them?
In the Uber pool,
No, he
because you're
just
sitting
talks
next
to
to
them.
somebody.
They
right?
don't talk to
Yeah,
him.
he's just waffling to himself.
I took them all the time in New York. We did not talk, but I guess you're
Really?
so used to like being on
New
public
York,
transit
no one
and-
talks to each
yeah.
other though.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
like
did
the
this on
way
the
that's
West
New
Coast.
York,
People
yeah.
actually did want to talk to me, so that was kind of
That's
nice.
fair.
No,
I
Uber
noticed
pools
it.
fucking weird, though,
I
man.
noticed they jacked up Uber when I got a taxi. It's like a few months ago. I forgot where I got it at, but I took a taxi and I was like, damn. I was like, this is only like a few dollars more expensive than Uber. I was like, it's getting close. So it's definitely going up. You're right about that.
I went to New York twice in my life, and I remember the feeling of walking around.
That sounds like something you would say.
Well, okay. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I just
I
remember
can see
like
you on the streets just fucking.
no. I remember like I don't know what we were like going somewhere, and I'm walking down the street, and it's packed as hell, and it felt like everybody was like reverse polarity magnets. Like you could tell no one wanted anything to do with anybody they passed. It was
I
like,
think
don't
that's
look at me,
true.
don't talk to me, don't touch me.
I think the more, the more you're like, I guess, I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, if you live in a city where it's like there's a lot of people and you take public transportation, I feel like you're less inclined to talk to people because you do it like you're there every day.
I
I
think
do
it's just a
come
respect
from-
thing, though. Like, I think that a lot of people think that New Yorkers or people in big cities are rude because they're not talking, but it's just like when you're in such a confined area and there's such little space, it is so
Yeah.
much more respectful to just stay in your lane and like have this kind of bubble around you. And I've never had an issue where like I asked somebody a question or I talked to somebody and they had a problem with it. Like no one's like rude like that. It's just like I'm gonna do my thing until, I need to switch it up.
Yeah, fair enough. I never had anyone be like randomly rude to me, but you could tell people were like head down, going somewhere, not trying to, it was just way too much going on. So they,
It's not like a rude thing, but it is like they have like a surprise, like, why is this person talking to me? They get like caught off guard by it.
I would say if you're a New Yorker and you're trying to get to work on time, 9 rain is your biggest obstacle, bro. If 9 rain stops to talk to you, you're fucked, bro. You're not making it work on time.
That is so true.
How is it
Bro,
in
9 rain will come
Sweden?
up to
Do
you like,
people
"What's the
actually
best
talk to
views
each
you
other or
can
what?
Huh?
How is it in Sweden? Do people like actually say hi to each other in the morning?
No,
or...
fuck no, hell no, not at all. I feel like, I don't know, if a bus has 48 seats, there's actually only 24 because no one sits next to each other or anything like that. People just refuse. You just don't say anything. You don't communicate with anyone. You stay in your own lane. You wait until you want to get off, and then you get off.
Fair enough. You gotta get where you gotta get.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's genuinely just a thing where, like, if you live somewhere where you are surrounded by people all the time, then you're less, I guess, inclined to talk to people.
Dude, I felt that inclination after like 2 days in a big city. I'm like, yeah, no, I get it.
There's something
And to be fair, like one of the things I really missed about living in a big city was the feeling of just like sitting. You know, when you can just sit in your car, you turn on Based After Dark. You know, you turn on one of your favorite songs. You get to just relax for like 20 minutes on your drive. Like I missed that so much. So you have to like kind of mimic it by putting in your headphones and just believing. You know.
Oh, okay. Did any of you on that point? Did any of you guys play the shit? Jagex came out with like a. When they were doing fresh start servers or something, I think that was it. When they released the content creator worlds that were like 10 times XP rates.
Oh yeah, I didn't play
I did not do that.
Okay, it
The
was
fresh start world. Is that what we're talking about?
yes, but they released some that were limited to release. Only content creators could get on them, and it only lasted for like a week, and then they deleted those accounts. Like
I think that
obviously.
was for
Wasn't that GIM?
Hanani's event, right? And it just expanded like a bit further. than
Maybe
that.
no. Maybe it was Group Iron Man. Maybe it was the GIMP release. I think you're right.
Because I think it was GIM because that's when they hired like Voice Critical and all those people to do stuff.
Yes.
How about that? They got paid and never played our shit game again, bro. What a word! That's probably the worst marketing strategy I have ever seen in my fucking life.
Pretty
like,
bad.
how out of touch are the suits at fucking who owns Jagex? Was it called?
Ludwig at
Cambridge or some
Temperos
shit?
was cracking me up.
It's insane, bro.
There were a lot of content creators. Like I know, I knew a good bunch from the like the roleplay community who all really like RuneScape and were just like pumped to play the game. Moist Critical's one of them. Actually really plays the game. But there were a lot of guys where it was like, dude, I know who, like, I could see that conversation at Jagex. Someone's like, yeah, dude, it's gonna be like so cool. We're gonna get all these like content creators to like, like I watch these guys. It'll be awesome. I'm so glad it blew up in that guy's face. I am so, dude.
At the same time, I don't know if it did though, because like, what's the alternative? The alternative is that you pay the existing content creators that are already gonna make content around that for free. So I guess I kind of
the alternative to me is just not doing that. Not throwing a whole bunch of money at randos.
The alternative would be to put it into the content creators who are already playing the game, but have some type of event for them to do something that is catered to them. Spend that money towards them.
But how does that bring in new people though? Right? Like the people who there's like 1 billion people who watch Moist Critical and like a fraction of that who watch the entire RuneScape.
So I guess my problem with it was not that I don't think Jagex should have paid us. That doesn't make any sense. We're gonna play the game.
Paid us.
We're gonna play the game for free.
Put it into some type. As I said, some type of event that would spur new people to come in. Something. But I just feel like that's like
then I still feel like you're just broadcasting to an already an audience that already plays the game.
So the problem was it was just mismanaged, and there was no personal connection with like any of the content creators that they reached out to. Obviously, because you had content creators saying, "What is this game? What the hell am I doing?" and then making fun of the game and then laughing at it while they played it and got paid. Yeah. Like what the hell kind of mismanagement is that?
Well, one of the content creators they even hired was what do you call it? Runestone was Ms. Mango. He's a Smash. He's a Smash.
Yeah,
guy.
that was
a professional Smash player.
Like whoever called that guy fucked up so bad. Like sit down. Like that's just so. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like some type of event would be good, and then on top of that, also maybe a few of those guys, like someone like Moist Critical, obviously, who's played the game, actually enjoys the game. People who are like, yeah, they should have done a little more. Like you said, all you had to do is just research a little more and find content creators who like actually have some type of background or enjoy
and
RuneScape.
not even just like do your research, but I don't know, hop in a call with them and talk to them about expectations and build a professional relationship, as opposed to throwing shit tons of money at a bunch of randos and praying to the gods that
and I was gonna say it's
download your
like
game.
some of those, like I said, some of those people are good, and there's also some people they could use from the RuneScape community to have a huge reach. Like you could use somebody like Bodhi, they could use somebody like Odablock, they could use these massive content creators, because we have a few. Obviously, we don't have a ton, but there are a few who have a big enough audience to where it would make an impact.
I think the right thing to do would be to like pair content creators with like an outside bigger person, right? You take like a team of RuneScape people, bring in like a really big outside guy, and you play as like a team for a little bit. So like show them the ropes. If he joined in a call with a couple of us, and just like,
did they do that though? I think they did that.
Did they? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think Foe was playing with some of the content creators that got paid to play the game. So I think they actually did do that.
Okay,
a buddy system.
Yeah, like as a buddy system, yeah.
I think
open people's eyes.
I think some simple promo for the like RuneScape content creators that are already doing it, like some promo for those groups. Like if Jagex did like an official promo for the farmers, for instance, like the most popular group Iron Man team. If they say, hey, this is the farmers, like check them out, and then they maybe the next day they did one for like Alfie and Alkin's team, like, yeah, this is another team, if they just did like little small promos like, hey, these are big RuneScape content creators that are already doing this that are going to be doing group Iron Man, like go watch them. They do that
like once a year for like one small thing, and the fucking remember Eevee talking about how much shit he had to go through to get one fucking retweet for like the most recent battle royale? Like Jagex is not doing that. Like they're not promoting anybody or anything. They're literally just, I don't know.
That's just the main thing about that is just a it's not that it was like the worst idea of all time. It's just that it was so poorly executed, and then it just ended up being just a complete waste of money. Is the upsetting thing from like someone who plays the game, and like we're all relying on the game to produce content, and we want it to do well. And with that, they could have done so much more. Even if it was a group Iron Man, just anything else. There's a lot of stuff they could do, I think, with that amount of money, because I know those content creators got paid a lot of money. So, I mean, it's there. It's up to them though. But I feel like we've talked about it before, how at least the moderators, the mod team for RuneScape, they're not in control of that though. They don't have control of where the money goes. They're just told what to do essentially on that front. So it's tough for them to have any input.
Yeah, the community managers of this game have to put up with so much bullshit. Like,
yeah.
I feel so bad for them for the shit that they have to put up with.
Yeah, that's quite a job, because I mean it's not like they're paying them great, and then on top of that, that's what they have to deal with. Shout out to them.
You're literally the public. You're like the face of all the backlash from the community, right? Like anytime something fucks up,
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a press release for like the president, like where they just get battered with all these just stupid questions and they just look miserable, except they're not getting paid. It's like the same thing, but you're not getting paid well. It's so honestly, respect. They definitely have passion and love for the game to do that, I would assume. So
if I was a JMod, I don't think I would want to put myself in that kind of position. Like I would not want to be one of those people who shows up on like the couch and answers questions, because you fucking know like some people are just gonna start talking shit about you for like absolutely, even if you just answer like a mundane question, they'd be like, yeah, fuck that guy. That guy is ruining the game. It's like, dude, I'm just sitting here.
We just got so much now too, because it's like, like I feel like the classic was like, the PvP and the PVM. And now there's all these different sects within PvP and PVM. There's like different communities within the like umbrella of those like genres.
Yeah.
And there's so much, there's just so much discourse and so much disagreement that it's pretty much an impossible job to perfect. They just have to do the best they can, really.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Ain't that the truth? Speaking of, I wanted to ask you, Westham, what do you think the worst update in the last, let's say, year or so has been?
Are you liking Bounty Hunter?
PvP Arena by far. Wait, actually,
oh my god, I forgot about PvP Arena. Actually,
I think PvP Arena is the biggest flop this game has ever seen.
So
actually,
bad.
It's so unbelievably bad, and it's only bad because I don't know, they put like no effort. Well, I don't want to say they put no effort. They put like 6 months of effort into building the content, but then
it doesn't even work.
Let me just say, how much better was the Duel Arena? I mean,
Actually,
great.
wait, the PvP. So I actually used the PvP arena for the first time recently.
Oh,
It's
me
actually
too.
pretty. It's actually really useful and pretty good.
I abuse it as well.
I don't know
yeah.
why. I don't know why
I
people
wish you
don't
wouldn't
use
have
it.
came back to the call. Can
People
we
don't
like get
use
back
it
to the?
because it doesn't incentivize anything. LMS is more fun because it offers like a randomness and like every game will be at least a tad bit different from the last.
Yes. Yeah.
And it also has rewards on top of that. PvP Arena pretty much came with zero. Well, it came with like 1 week of support where they barely did anything to fix the problems. Like the first, I think, 2 weeks of PvP Arena, the best tribrids in the game were getting beaten by people that were just AFK in full crystal and a Bofa.
So you think it's a problem with the different setups?
It was just that they didn't really give any support. Like they didn't change much. They kind of just took so long, and then by the time by the time they got things done, it was too late. It was already dead. And then they just stopped caring because at that point it was dead. So why even try resurrect it? I guess
It works really well as a practice tool. I will say.
Yeah, it does.
There's no other reason to use it. Like you're not gonna. But if you're just want to learn how to PvP and tribrid, it's really good for that. Like the amount of replayability and your ability to re-gear and get in another fight.
But getting fights is impossible.
Well, I mean,
you just go to LMS at that
for
point.
me, I just I just call somebody who does PvP and to go fight a buddy of mine. So, but yeah, getting a rando like to go get fights, nobody's doing it. But
that was I agree. That is one of the worst updates they've ever made. You know, I wish I could still go chuck 10 mil at the Duel Arena. Just to get rid of shitty PvM drops.
I'm so glad Duel Arena is gone because I was a crippling gambling addict. It was so bad.
Really?
I would genuinely just PK my way up to like a 10 bill bank and then just launch it all at the Duel Arena. And I never hit it big. Not once in my life did I hit it big.
How bad did it get?
Huh?
How bad did it get? How deep in the hole were you?
Well, I just got cleaned every couple of months. I would genuinely just grind PKing until I got like a couple bill. And then I would immediately launch it at the Duel Arena after I die for like, I don't know. The logic in my head was like, I die for a B ring. I'm going to go launch 2 bill. And I would just...
Yeah, that's sensible.
That makes sense, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
You didn't like...
What do you have to say about the real world trade allegations?
What
do you have to say about the real world trade allegations?
Oh, I RWT'd hella when I was like, I don't know, 16, 17.
There were no allegations. I just wanted to see what you were going to say.
All right, boys, wrap it up. We got him.
That shit was good money back in the day. Going to Duel Arena and just like mage scamming people and then selling it. I as like a 16-year-old, I was making like anywhere between 2 to 5 bill every month, and that was like 100% guaranteed. And all I had to do was just set up 3 laptops and like hear a ping of people challenging me, and that was it.
Can you explain mage scamming?
Mage scamming was just, I mean, Duel Arena was essentially just, you would set up rules and you would have like a tentacle whip stakes. It would be 50-50, it would be even odds. But then you switch the rules to be magic instead of melee, and they don't have mage, so you just guaranteed win. And people would just accept that, go in, lose everything, and you could sell it for like, I don't know, but 1 mil was like...
What's the most amount you got somebody for?
I got someone for like a 3rd Ajax when it was like quite expensive.
That guy's day was nuts.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Did anybody ever get you?
Yeah, you could. I mean, obviously, you could get anti-scammed. I tried plate body scamming at some point, which was like, I don't know what it was. It was like an 80% chance of winning, and I somehow lost money doing it, so I never did it again.
I was literally about to say you might have lost to me, because I have been fucked on dueling one time, and it was a plate body scam, and I beat them, and I was just fucking laughing my ass off.
Yeah,
plate body
you would have like a 70 or 80% chance.
RNG's crazy.
And I still just lost like 2 free bill doing it, and I
wait. Was your alt named West Scam by chance? Because
no,
he's just like, yeah.
They'll never
You
find
missed
me.
a big opportunity.
What was
Oh my
plate
God.
body scam? What was the plate body scam?
Plate body scam was just the same concept as mage scamming, right? Like you just chuck it, like you're meant to not have anything on except a tentacle whip, and then you just enable a plate body and hope that they don't see, and some people just don't pay attention.
Holy, that must be so embarrassing to lose that, honestly.
That's why I think I was actually live. I was staking live, and someone got my ass, and I beat them for like, it was like 50 or 60 mil, and it was just hilarious that I won.
That's funny.
Yeah, I really miss it. I mean, like I gambled a good bit. I don't think I was like too addicted. I just like the aspect of you get like a shitty drop at when you're doing PVM, you get like a shitty drop and no one wants to split it, and you go chuck
And then
it.
all
like,
the boys go
That's the
chuck.
best. Yeah.
and you go
that's-
chuck it a couple
I
times.
do
Like,
miss
that's why I
that.
enjoy it.
If I was ever PVMing with the clan and like someone got the drop they've been hunting for, or we'd all throw in a group chuck just for like we were pouring one out for the boys, and we didn't care if we won or lost. It was just like the one group chuck, and then everyone goes home. I do miss that.
The Justicar, fucking
Justy
Chuck?
Chuck,
Justicar.
Justicar. It
I
was
used to
Justy
say
and the fucking.
Justicar.
Definitely not
Justicar.
Justicar. I'll tell you that much.
Justicia.
It's Justicia.
Justicia. I don't know.
Justicia.
Justicia.
Definitely a soft C, whatever it is.
I think
Not
RuneScape
much
is
I
very
know.
interesting because of like how many obscure ways there are of making money, and people don't realize how good they are either. Like I think everyone has seen those people who go up to people saying like, "Can I buy your gear for 2 bill?" and then they'll trade you like 2 mil in platinum tokens. I used to do that, and it's unreal how much money you can make from it. I'm not trying to like advocate for scamming, but
That's what it sounds like.
it's kind of crazy like how simple scams still work to this day. Because you still see people like the G going around doing that all the time.
You
I
made
mean,
it
all you
sound
need is for
like-
people to be stupid, and people are pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, if
so.
you're getting scammed by that, you're stupid. I mean,
Think
all
about
you
how
know-
stupid the average person is, and then realize that 50% of the population is stupider than that. Like that's
It's pretty stupid.
You're a shining
fucking
example, my friend. We love you.
I also, on that note, actually, like the average self-reported IQ is 115, which is funny because that's not true. The average is 100. Like,
Yeah,
that's how it
there's no
works.
way.
But no, self-reported. So everybody just thinks they're.
That doesn't even count.
Well, yeah, everyone.
No,
everyone
I'm just saying.
they're smarter than what they are, right?
Right. The point is, everybody thinks they're 15 points
Say,
above
I've
average.
never
say-
personally reported my IQ. Who are they asking?
Yeah, I haven't either, but I would
No.
say that I think everybody on this planet thinks that they're smarter than they probably actually are, myself included. And I would argue everybody in this call, even if you.
I'm the
think
smartest
you
person
don't.
in this call right now.
I would agree with you.
probably.
By at
I think
least
I'm pretty
15
dumb,
points.
but I don't think I'm that dumb. But I do actually think I'm dumber than I am. Maybe sometimes, you know?
But this
Wait,
gets into the
you
whole
think
thing of
you're
like,
dumber than you
situations.
are.
I'm saying this situationally by things that people have told me and ways that I have done in schooling and work situations. I feel like I'm a fucking idiot.
It's so situational because like sometimes you feel smart if you're in like your wheelhouse, and then it's like maybe it's something you don't have knowledge on, then you feel stupid. So I
Yeah,
feel
like,
it's
yeah,
just
I think
very-
it goes both ways.
Fucking
Yeah.
dumb.
Like-
Whenever I'm just in a call with people that are fluent in English, because people,
I-
some people you talk to will genuinely just throw out so many fucking big words, and I just have no fucking
I'm
idea.
sorry about the Joe Rogan moment
That's just
earlier.
nine rain.
the one thing I want to talk about this thinking you're smart thing, because this goes back to how do you define intelligence, right? Like some people consider are very book smart, but they're dumb as shit at other stuff, right? So like
Yeah.
when you define yourself as a smart person, what do you mean by that? Like what?
I think most
What are the
people refer to it as
characteristics?
book smart. Honestly, I think book smart is typically the definition of someone that's intelligent.
Yeah, because I feel like the other type of intelligence is something that is based around experience, like working, manual labor type stuff. A lot of that will teach you common sense, as a lot of people, at least Amir would say. There's a difference between common sense and there's a difference between being book smart.
Yeah,
Probably somebody
definitely.
that might be incredibly intelligent in the books, but they cannot fucking fix simple XYZ problem that requires them to use their hands,
So like,
etc.
are they really smart in a general sense? Are they considered?
That's
smart?
what I'm saying. I feel like it's a fluent thing. It's very yeah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the most smart person is gonna have both, right? They're gonna be well rounded in both areas of that, I guess, debate. What would you say you are? Can you change your own oil?
Me?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh fuck no! I can't change my own oil.
Idiot.
Really?
You think I changed my? I don't touch my fucking car. My fucking car's tire pressure goes down. I'm like, oh no, I gotta drive over here. I can't do
I
that
will say
myself.
oil changes, are if you're gonna do something to your car,
I
it's
would
pretty
say
basic.
it's a lot. It's very simple. It's a lot more simple
Yeah,
than
it's
people
very
think. And
simple.
it can
Listen,
save.
man,
if you're
I've-
budgeting, you can save yourself $15, $20. You know.
I've used my intelligence to be able to make money to pay someone to do that.
Fair enough.
Boom.
That's so
That's
Giga
good
brain.
smart.
too. That's true too.
Yeah, I also will say it does. Most cars today have so many complex electrical systems, they're pretty untouchable. You got to take like newer cars. You pretty much got to take to the shop. Like I ain't fucking with that kind of stuff.
I don't have a fucking clue.
I think
Yeah.
smart people know the things that are within their reach and also know which things will take them too much time to figure out. You know?
Yeah, I feel like it's time allocation too. Like Hamzy said, he's used his intelligence to get wherever he's at to pay someone to do it. Because like I don't do it anymore, but when I was younger trying to save money, I would do it because it was saving me money to do it myself, and I had time to do it, and it made sense to do it myself instead of driving it somewhere and wasting $20-$30.
Yeah, there's like a value proposition to all this, right? Because like you're like, okay, like I could spend this time making money or doing all this other stuff, put effort into whatever particular skill or thing you need to do, and then the money you can invest in things you're not so good at. Like, you know, for example, cars. I'll just pay I don't want to spend the time to learn how to do this dumb shit. I'll just give it to my car guy.
Yeah, and I think playing off of what Zoe said, I think like the real smart people, like you know what you don't know. Like that's like the telltale sign of intelligence. Like not
Knowing
acting
what
like
the
you
fuck
know
about,
something you don't know about.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, there's been plenty of times, I'm sure, like even on this podcast, there's been times people are talking about stuff, and I'm not educated on it, so I sit here and stare at you guys and listen. So I just stay quiet. And there's sometimes there's something that I take interest in. I'm like, oh, I have knowledge about this, so I'm gonna speak. You know?
Yeah, whenever there's been a conversation, like so far, just out of like all of the talk about like shit that's in the US, I feel like at that point I might as well sit and listen because I have no idea how your country is. The only time I actually talk about America is when I flame it on stream to get reactions out of people.
That's fair. That's a good bait. That's you. That's a good. You're a good streamer.
It's great bait. Honestly,
Americans get so riled up. Like you will shit on your own country 24/7, but the second a European says anything about it, it's fucking.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I fucking hate this country, man. Fuck this place, dude. But bro, when the U.S. is in World Cup playing against England, dude, you bet I'm waving that fucking American flag, boy. Dude, my face will be all painted. Like hell yeah, let's go, dude.
That
USA,
shit is so
USA.
funny.
Yeah, well, I feel like we got a good variety. Like some people are very like prideful, or I guess would you say patriotic about our country, and there's people who hate it. There's a pretty fine divide.
It's like when you're arguing with your siblings, and then someone else is like, "Hey, can you guys stop fighting?" And then both of you just start shitting on that person.
Yeah.
That's what
exactly
it's like.
it.
What'd you say about him?
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that they're like, oh yeah, we're Americans, so we can argue and talk about how shitty our country is or how good our country is, but you can't have an opinion because you're not from here.
Yeah,
exactly.
The standard.
No,
also, just the banter, the British American banter is one of my favorites.
I do love it.
It's just always funny. And usually no one gets like actually butthurt about it. Usually, I'm sure there's some cases where that does happen.
Yeah, there's always a couple of nut cases.
It is kind of.
I always try to be nice when I bring up those conversations.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to make fun of Australians though, because it just feels bad at a certain point, you know.
But it's already out there, you know.
Yeah, but the U.S. British thing is, it seems like more of a fair fight. Like we're having a good old time.
I don't know. I feel like I'm taking it, and I don't know. I have like my defense, which is that like most Americans are just gonna think I'm British anyway, and they can flame the UK. I
was just about to say, this whole thing is made much funnier by the fact that you're fake British, and so you're just laughing at both sides.
No American knows anything about Sweden. The only thing you guys know about our country is that we have IKEA and we have meatballs, and that's it.
That's not true. I also know you guys eat really weird food that has like cheese and fish.
What?
Oh, the pickled herring? The pickled herring.
Well, yeah, we have the pickled herring.
The pickled herring. Sounds so gross.
I feel like I've seen a lot of Swedish dishes that are just like stacked like eggs and fish and cheese, cream cheese and things like that.
Swedish food is so around.
I know you guys have some pretty nice offshore banking systems there that Americans like to use. I know that as well.
Are you getting it confused with Switzerland, bro?
I think he is.
No, that's better.
Bro.
It's there too. No. It's there too. It's there too.
Dang, it's fine.
Maybe.
It's fine.
It's there too.
No, you were getting called out on this.
No, I'm with PJ on this one. They're basically they both start with S. They're the same for me.
SW? No. There is there too.
Do you reckon you could put Sweden on a map?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's try it.
Go on.
I don't know if we can. Do you have a map thing to do it on?
Hold on.
Yeah, just upload a map of Europe or some shit, and I will fucking put a dot.
We can overlay it somehow.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Hold on, does that work?
What chat are we
Just,
in?
just attempt to pinpoint Sweden on that.
It's in the After Dark chat. The like actual one for the video.
How do I get
Yeah,
the
call?
Oh,
Oh,
my
I
God.
see.
It'll pop up at the top right.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it.
That being said, I couldn't pinpoint 99% of the states in America.
Yeah, I'm
so-
gonna be honest. I know generally where it is. I couldn't pinpoint it. If I saw a closer up map of Europe, I would do a better job.
It's of the 3 whatever countries at the top. It's that one in the middle, right? I think.
Where is it at? I can't even see it.
Cause it's
What do you mean you can't even see? Oh, the map?
Yeah, the map.
Go to the top right of the call. It's in the chat of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're doing that. Okay, I see. Got
so
you.
the 3 countries at the top. It's the Scandinavian countries: Norway, Sweden, and Finland. I just don't know what order they are. I think Sweden's in the middle.
Isn't it? So okay, this.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
I
I'm
know.
just gonna
Here's what I
say,
know.
okay,
I'm gonna tell you
double
this.
check
That
right.
that curling thing there, top, or where is it? Where like curl? It's over the UK. Kind of how do I?
Bro, he's
how
literally
explain
looking at a
what this
map
looks
of
like?
yeah. I can see his eyes. He's literally
I'm looking at this
a
map.
on the side. He's got it on the side as well, dude.
It's kind of like a split. There's a split in between. I know one of those is Norway and one of those is Sweden. I don't know which.
Why
one's
do your
which, though.
eyes keep going to the left? I keep seeing your eyes move over to the left. What's going on, bro?
I'm mining too.
I don't know, man.
Listen,
Are you sure?
why
I'm
would
with
I cheat on
Ignoble,
this?
okay?
It's
I'm with
yes.
Ignoble. I believe that it is of the little like thing of 3 countries that is northeast of the UK. I think it's the one on the bottom.
That's what
I
I'm
was gonna
saying.
say
It's one of
too.
it's one of those 3.
Oh,
One
no,
of
the
those
one in the
3.
middle.
It's
one
a
in the
middle
middle.
one.
That is
the middle one.
100% right. So we'll just give it to him.
I used to have a globe when I was a kid, one of those like talking globes, and it would like ask you shitty questions, and you had to like press on the map like random shit about random facts. And like one of the cool things I remember still is there's only one other country in the world that is completely landlocked by just one other country, and that's Lesotho. But that's fun fact of the day.
What? Is that still? Does Lesotho still exist?
I don't know if when I did this in 2005 it did.
I have no idea what Lesotho is.
It is a
Where's it gonna go,
landlocked
bro? It's squished between all these countries.
It's in Africa.
No, it's a country in Africa that is landlocked entirely by South Africa, and it's the only country in the world that is landlocked by.
Okay,
a
I know what you're
single other
talking about.
place.
I didn't know, but just Lesotho doesn't sound familiar to me. But
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Also, fuck you. They do their offshore banking there does benefit you. I literally have gambling checks I've received from Swedish banks, as well as other European countries.
Yo, Lesotho still exists. It's still there.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
beautiful, apparently. Holy shit! Look at these photos.
Let's check this out. Is
Well,
the
some of it's
population like
beautiful.
5 or something? 2 million, but yeah, whatever, same thing.
Basically 5.
Basically
you know.
5. I didn't know it
Sweden,
was
Switzerland, 5, 2 million. What's the difference, really?
5, 2 million.
Base.
Is that
It's the
the
same thing.
part you were talking about though? It's like north and it's like the one that curls down. It's one of those 3. Which one was it? Is it the one? I'll just look it up.
It's got to
I
be
don't
the
know,
middle one.
the way you describe
It's the middle one. It's the middle one. The
It's
middle
the middle
one.
one.
Yeah.
It's the
It
middle
goes
one.
Norway, Sweden, Finland, left to right.
Okay.
Look at us. We're
Top
so
to
fucking.
bottom.
You know what? Let's
Awesome.
quiz this guy on our states, bro. Yeah.
I didn't know
come
where it's
on.
at. I just knew the general area. I didn't
will
know which one it
say-
was.
I will say one of the most embarrassing things I ever did on stream was try and label a blank map of Europe. That was a huge.
Oh, I tried that with the US and I had
Bro.
the biggest brain lag.
Yeah,
I
but
what-
shit myself.
I
Like,
was
the
in,
second I
I was
opened
in
it.
your stream. You got like 7 or 8 states, and you just froze
Bro,
up.
I'm gonna be honest. It's way more embarrassing when they're countries and not states. I was.
They're the same size. Whatever.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I would say it's not as embarrassing because yeah, I mean that's Europe. It's you're not worried about that, right?
Fair enough.
Why would you be?
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
It's not my problem.
yeah. Not your problem,
Not my
man.
problem.
Hell yeah.
Do you guys
Hell
like me
yeah.
any less because I can't name every single country in Europe?
Is there
I
any
like you
no, I
country-
actually
more
respect
because
that
of
a lot.
that.
Yeah,
Like
well,
I
no, that's
respect
pretty-
you more.
It's pretty attractive, actually.
Yeah.
Is there any
Like,
country in
All
Europe
the
that you
Americans are like, "That's
really
fucking
wanna go
awesome,
to?"
Zoe."
Like
That-
if
that
you
what?
told me,
We love that.
Casper, what did you say?
Is there any country in Europe that you guys would really want to go to?
Paris, France.
No.
No
you
way.
go. Fuck you.
You should go there.
I like how everyone's like, "Nope." Nope, not that one.
I want to do like Switzerland or like Austria because I heard it's fucking gorgeous out there in the mountains, like Alps situation.
Scotland. Would love to go to Scotland.
I was looking at Iceland. It's fucking beautiful. Like,
It is
just
gorgeous.
Actually,
I've heard.
that's a big one, I think.
genuinely,
nice
I was
too.
just, like scrolling through like
Also,
like
solid
Reykjavik or
banking
something?
system in Iceland as well.
Okay.
Also good as
All
well.
right, buddy.
All right.
All right,
He's
all
still
right.
riding that one.
I have the checks.
I need to
I have
go,
the checks.
I'd love to go be a little techno freak in Berlin.
Yeah, I have plans to go
Okay,
to
yeah.
Germany with my family next year, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yes.
I've been to Berlin, but it was like the deadest trip. Well, maybe not the deadest trip I had, but like I went there for my friend wanted to go to like a Brennan Savage concert, and I kind of just tagged along for the sake of it, and I don't know, it was like an alright experience, but nothing crazy.
I went to Cologne and it was all right. I've heard that northern Germany, so like Berlin, etc. I've known people that went there and loved it. I mean, I guess it really depends on what time of year you go as well.
Mm-hmm.
But they went in like I think they went in October, not necessarily over Oktoberfest, but about that time, and they loved it.
I think one of the things that they did there that really just baffled me was they have a thing that's called Schnuffelbacken, which is like it's
Bless
just
you.
tobacco that you snort.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So,
What
like,
do you like pour it on
I
your
gotta
thing
try
and-
that.
Yeah. So yeah, literally, you just you pour it out and you sniff it.
Does it not? I mean, I'm okay.
I don't know. It
I
was,
thought-
it was the strangest thing I had ever tried.
Was
and
it-
It was just disgusting.
Does it like fuck you up pretty hard, or is it like pretty
Oh,
mild?
it gives you a real. No. It gave me a
Probably
nick
like
straight away. Pretty much.
yeah, I would assume so. Huh.
Chewing tobacco there, do you? That's not normal.
Hmm?
You guys don't have chewing tobacco, do you? Is that a thing there?
No, we do. I mean,
Okay.
I don't use snus that has tobacco in it anymore. I just use like the nicotine pouches now.
Ah, the snooze, dude.
That is in Scandinavia. It's disgustingly popular. Way more popular than cigarettes.
Interesting.
Huh.
I would not have expected that. It's like so redneck here.
Everybody in the states. vape.
The word chewing tobacco ring. I don't know. It sounds so wrong to me because like
Well-
you don't chew it.
Well, snooze and dip are two different. You know, like they're both pouches that you put in, but like snooze, you don't really have to spit, right? Like
No, I mean
No.
there's dry and there's wet snooze.
Yeah.
Well, the snus is it's like the finest one because you have like there's a lot of different types of tobacco. You got the long cut, medium cut, short cut, and then there's like the snus, which is like basically fucking it's damn near like powder almost.
yeah, I used to do that shit in class, like just
Yeah,
Swallow
and then you
it.
got
Of
chewing
course you did.
tobacco.
Hams used to do that shit in middle school. He was
He was
kinda-
that guy that
Well, it
would
was
get
high
the,
school.
no, he'd get the chocolate milk bottle, you know, like that way you can't see what's inside of it, and he'd be acting like he's drinking it but spitting into it.
no,
That's what
I'm
people
not
do here.
dipping, dude.
So you got
No,
the
Ham
Molly in
were
the
doing
chocolate
that in
milk
school.
bottle. Let's be
Hamsy would
honest.
just spit on the ground and make eye contact with his teacher. Like that.
Dude, no, I literally did, bro. So I had like a small dipping phase actually in high school. And
Okay.
there was one day where I was sitting in the back of the classroom and I had just gotten into it. So I didn't know like what I didn't know, dude. We were watching a movie, it was all dark, and like I'm sitting in the corner and I'm just spitting on the ground.
Oh my
And this-
god.
And like by the end of the class, dude, they turn on the lights and I just look over and there's this just like little pile.
Oh,
Ah, that's fucking
Gross.
gross.
But
dude.
I didn't keep that phase didn't last too long because there was a party I was at where this is back in the day, high school. It's all BYOB. Steal your parents' liquor, come with whatever you have. And so I had some rum, I had some Dr. Pepper that I had, and I was drinking. I had this like can of Dr. Pepper that had rum in it, and one of my boys, we were all dipping, and one of my friends had been spitting into it, and I didn't know, and I picked it up and took a sip out of it, and that was enough
Oh
for
my
me to
God.
never dip again.
That
It was
sounds
You-
horrific.
It was a sizable sip.
So would you just do pouches? Were you doing pouches, or were you doing like the actual fine cut tobacco?
I think this was the fine cut. We did a little bit of both.
And you would just swallow. You would swallow the spit.
No.
sometimes?
So
'Cause some people
I
do that.
wasn't-
Some people will
when I
swallow it, which
did-
is disgusting.
No. Fuck that. No. Because I did do dip pouches that you had to spit, but I also did snus that you didn't have to spit. That's the
see.
one that I did for a longer period of time. The dip didn't last too long. So the arc was I started with like the long cut, and then I went into the
What
pouches.
time did you get the grizzly wintergreen, or did you do skull?
I did
or,
skull wintergreen.
Of course, you did skull.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, bro. Yeah, we're not.
No,
from
skull's
DC,
like
bro.
that's the nicer one. It's more expensive. It's looked
That's
down
all we
upon,
got
looked
here. I
down
don't know,
upon by
man.
everybody, like all the fucking southern people love the like grizzly or Copenhagen. That's really popular as well.
Oh yeah, no. We did Copenhagen too. Yeah, I remember that one.
Copenhagen or
Those were the
Grizzly.
two. Those were
Yeah.
like the two brands, Skull and Copenhagen. And then I remember they had also like the straight up like bags that you would like pull out of, and just that shit was too much for me, man. Bro, like to this day, dude, if someone's doing it around me, like the smell just makes me nauseous, man. I cannot handle
I
it.
like the smell of the wintergreen, like the
Oh,
Copenhagen
I
wintergreen or the
fucking
grizzly
hate it,
wintergreen.
dude. When
Love
someone's
that
around
smell.
me, dude, and they're spitting into the cup, and it's like anywhere within the vicinity of me, like I just cannot handle it, man. I think back to that night where I took that fateful sip of that Dr. Pepper, and like I will never ever do that shit again, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised you did the fine cut stuff because a lot of people think it's gross. Like
That's
hard
how
to-
I got
hard to
started, and
pick
then I
up,
found the
yeah.
pouches, and I was like, "This is
Crazy.
cool." But once I got into snus, I was like, "Dude, this is fantastic, man! Like, you don't have to spit. Like, it doesn't fuck with your stomach as much." Like, I was a big fan of snus.
So where
I
does it
just, like,
go?
stopped
You just swallow?
Where
into
does
your
it-
brain.
You just swallow
It just
Bang.
dissolves?
I mean, you can
Bang.
swallow it. It's not like, I mean, maybe if you're throwing like pouch after pouch after pouch, it's not bad. But like if you just, do one pouch and you spit the pouch out at the end after like 20
I
minutes.
have
you don't
no
swa-
idea how
Nah,
chewing
you used to
tobacco
eat
works
the
at
pouch.
all.
That's
No,
like
you
when-
don't.
What the fuck? Hold on, are you joking?
Yeah, you don't swallow the pouch.
What? You don't eat that as like a dessert at the end?
All right, never mind.
Is that what you do?
I was
a
like,
little
ain't no fucking way,
You
bro.
can eat the pouch as a treat.
I like this
okay?
West
I
Ham
don't know what
guy.
they do in Sweden, bro. I'm just,
This
I'm
guy-
just wondering.
That's what
This
they
West
have.
Ham
You
guy
get
kind of
the-
crazy.
You get
as a whole,
the nicotine pouch, and then you get the silica pouch on the side. You cut that up and eat it.
Yummy.
Dude, Westham, what are your vices? What do you partake in?
Well, obviously gambling.
I think my vices are genuinely just tobacco. Or like, yeah, nicotine and caffeine are like my only vices in life. I wouldn't consider
As they should be.
I don't drink a lot, so I wouldn't consider that a problem. Aside from that, yeah, nothing.
Well,
Never done- I've
you
never done
say you're
any
in
drugs.
need, right? You claim to be in need, but like I will say the most productive and successful people I met in my life, those are their two vices. There's always nicotine, caffeine every time. It's always those two. Like that's the main two things, and they're running it at all
Yeah.
times.
I don't know. I've never had any interest for anything else. I got so hooked on nicotine and caffeine so early on that I just figured if I try anything else that's like worse, that I'm
So it's gonna be
definitely
bad.
gonna get addicted. Yeah.
Are you gonna drink at TwitchCon?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Will
No,
you?
I do drink. I just don't drink.
Just
often
not all the
enough.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
you-
you ever? Okay, are you familiar with the concept of shotgunning a beer?
I was about to ask him that,
Of
bro. It's up to
course.
my question. Listen, you're from the north. Shut
Is
up.
that what you're about to
will
ask
you-
him?
Yes.
I'm not from
Shut
the.
up.
What do you?
Shut up.
I'm not even from
Will
the
you,
state. Okay.
will you shotgun a beer with me and not Hamzy?
I can do that. Yes.
Okay.
Wow, dude.
Damn,
About the
that's
North
fucked.
Carolina, there was some game you guys played. What the fuck was it? King in a cup? I
King
don't know.
Cup.
King's Cup.
King in the cup.
King in the
Cup.
cup.
baby.
I heard
Let's
about that.
go.
Like, tell me like what is that even like?
I can.
what
I
do
give
do?
you.
King's
It's-
Cup is a game you play with
Just
like
a drinking game.
you're sitting around, you got girls, you're like hanging out around the
They don't.
couch,
There doesn't have to be
like-
girls for the game.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
It's
it.
fine.
Dude, you're not sitting around a bunch of boys playing King Cup. I'm sorry.
That is
Okay,
true. If
well,
you're playing King's Cup with a
that's-
bunch of dudes, it's not a very.
Yeah, that's
Have you
not
ever-
happening,
Have you ever
dude.
played King's Cup
Okay,
with a bunch of dudes?
Continue. Just
No.
continue.
There is gender specific cards
Yeah.
you can draw.
So-
So
Yeah.
it's kind of it is nice to have girls and guys playing.
So basically, like
It's-
King's Cup, it's just a drinking game. You have like a sort of chalice or a drinking vessel in the middle. There are different variations of it, but you take an entire deck of cards, you spread it around whatever vessel that you have in the middle, and every single card. So people just go around in a circle and like pull out a card at a time. And one of the rules is if you break the circle when you pull out a card, you have to like finish your drink. And then every single card has an associated rule. So like 2 is you, 3 is
You.
me, stuff like that. Like there's different small internal games going on, but like the
There's
biggest
a lot
one.
of that's a lot of rules. We can get to the cards. I think 2 is you, which means you pick somebody to drink. 3
Yep.
is me, which means you would drink. 4 is floor. Last person who touches the floor has to drink.
I've done
What do you?
4 is whores.
Five Guys.
Whoa!
Okay, well that's
Sorry.
you know.
Wow.
Those are.
You know, where I play, that's what we call them.
Okay.
I know what
there's an
it's
alternate-
for,
there's
too.
there's some alternates. Usually 5 I would do. What's it? 5 is guys.
5 is guys, yeah.
5 is guys. 6 is
6
chicks.
is chicks. All right,
6
we
is
have the same
chicks.
rules.
7
So
is
I
heaven,
assume that you
which
would
means
be
you point.
pouring shit into the cup, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there.
No,
We're
So
getting there.
You do. When
There's
you-
13
okay,
cards.
you
You
draw-
gotta wait,
if
bro.
you
Chill.
draw-
Chill.
Yeah, if you for pouring in the cup, how the way I played is if you draw a king, you pour your entirety of your drink into the cup, or at least like a quarter of it. If you draw a king,
Yeah.
you fill a quarter of the cup up, and then there's 4 kings right in the deck. So the last person who gets the king, they have to finish off the last quarter of the cup, and then they have to drink the entire cup. Of like a mixed gross whatever. You could get lucky. It could just be 4 beers, or it could be tequila, vodka, whiskey, and beer.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it
good on
depends.
that.
It depends on what you're drinking. Well, that's the exciting part is when there's only one king left and everybody's looking around and everybody looks scared. And then my favorite is the queen. If you do draw the queen, you become the question master, which means whenever you ask somebody a question, if they answer it, they have to drink. And there's people who suck at question master and they won't really use it. But if I get question master, I am fucking a menace. I will just continue and go on and on and on. And it's really good. And then another good one was the jack. If you draw the jack, you get to make your own rule up. So like you draw the jack, you can be like, every time you drink, you have to, I don't know, do X, Y, Z. You have to make that rule. But if people don't follow your rule, then they have to drink again. So it's honestly, there's a lot of rules in that game.
Yeah.
It's really complicated now that I think about it.
Where I would differentiate King's Cup from other drinking games, it's not like a competitive like you're trying to win. King's Cup is like a more like a conversational flow.
Everyone's
like
trying to lose.
Yeah, because like the entire thing is like you're always interacting with people, whether you're asking questions or you like every time you pull a card like 7, everybody points up to heaven, or like everyone touches the floor. For
and the
4.
thing
So
is, like, if you do win, it's funny. You're like, I was first on I did this first. Or if you lose, you're like, whatever, I have to drink. It's like I'm drinking. You know, it's good. It's a good.
It's
game.
a good social.
It doesn't
game.
have like a competitive thing behind it. Like people dude, like people say like, oh, you're getting too competitive over beer pong and stuff, but like it feels good to walk into a party you don't know, like you and your friend, like just fuck people up in beer pong. Like you can run the table. Like that's like a established dominance, like competitive type game where you're like trying to beat the other team. King's Cup is more like you're hanging out.
Put cup in ball.
It's like
that's literally it. Like if you lose, like, oh man, I have to drink. Yeah, ooh. It's like, okay, can we go back to the rules for King's Cup? Because I wanted to tell you my variations. Because we did 4 is, I'm not going to say the word because I respect women.
Whoa.
I didn't say it. But like, you guys
said
said
it.
5 was guys. We did 5 was drive. So like you would have like,
Get in your car and drive.
Oh hell yeah!
no, we were not getting in a car and drive, but that would be sick.
I like a Noble's rules.
Wow.
It's like you do like a game where like you start off with you say like vroom, and if you say vroom, you have to keep it going in the same direction. But if you want to turn it back,
So
you say
complicated.
eek. I don't know, whatever. And then
So
6 was dicks,
complicated.
and then that was it. But
I have played where I did hear they say 6 is dicks. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
And then 8, what is 8? 8, I would do the mate, which you pick somebody else, and every time they drink, you have to drink, and vice versa. That's a good one. I like that one.
That one's fun.
Are there popular drinking games in Europe that we might not know
That's what I
of?
wanted to ask. What do you guys do? Like you're pre-gaming before going out. What are you guys doing?
I mean, I'm sure there are some. I can't think of any that like don't originate like from America.
Do you? I mean, well,
Like,
I guess the real question
away.
is: do you go out? Do you ever go out to bar and drink? Do you go out with some friends sometimes
Do I go
and
to
drink?
bars and drink? Yeah, I don't necessarily go to house parties that much anymore though.
So what's the like pre-game culture over there? I don't know if that's what they call it. Pre-drinks.
I feel like I'm such a lightweight that typically I don't even drink beforehand. I kind of just go out, like, because I live in a city where like I can literally take like a train 10 minutes in and I'm in the middle of town, and alcohol is, I guess it's not necessarily required to pregame, but it is quite expensive. But I also get hammered up.
Do you do like a cocktail or a shot? What are you running?
I'll either drink beer or I'll just drink cocktails. Like it's completely 50-50.
What's the drink of choice? What's your favorite cocktail?
I love a vodka sour. I'm a fiend for a vodka sour at the moment. I fucking
Solid.
love those way too much.
Hell yeah.
It's a good drink.
I respect it.
Solid.
I think vodka base for cocktails. I think vodka base is typically the best. But I hate.
Oh, I've been
tequila,
making
so.
such a good drink recently. Can I tell you guys?
Yes,
Ooh,
please.
let's hear it.
Oh, I got Fresca, which is like the grapefruit soda, but you can use any Sprite or any sort of lemon lime soda. And then I muddled some cherries and a bit of lime, and I used Deep Eddy's lime vodka and a bit of grenadine, and it's like a cherry
That sounds
limeade.
really
It's
good.
so
That sounds
good.
really good.
I think you
It's
told us
really
about that the
good.
other day, didn't you? I remember you talking
know.
about it. We were at.
I do love limeade.
That does sound good.
Every
Okay.
time I've tried to create my own drink, it's an aberration. They're horrible.
Let's hear a story. What you got?
Well, dude, I just have no. I will. Every time I've gone to a, like, I don't know, like a little station that has stuff to mix, I will pick 2 or 3 and I'll be like, oh, this should be fun. And I'll pick 3 delicious ingredients and I put them together and it's fucking horrible. I don't understand how that works.
9 Rain, the type of guy.
There's definitely a depth to cocktails. I've gained more respect for the cocktail game after going out west, because I'll say out west at a lot of the speakeasies and like little fancy bars out there that their cocktails are like it's a different. They're killing the game compared to
Yeah,
where I'm from.
apparently, like how much of something you put into it actually matters, and I don't know. Like
Yeah, that's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah,
fair enough.
I just feel like a lot of the places I've been on here where you drink, they have cocktails and they're like well made, but they're a lot more basic. The ones I've seen out west are like crazy. They're adding all kinds of wild shit in there. But
Yeah.
You're going to like
it's just
craft
different.
cocktail bars.
Yeah,
which
well,
I
I've been,
don't
like
think
even
are
the
as
one.
popular.
There's some here that are like that, but it's more of like it's performative here, I think, more than actual cocktail there, because they
So,
give you
yeah.
some like they'll give you
Agreed.
like a masterpiece out there, and like you don't even watch them make it, and it's not like fancy or showy. But here there's a lot of like showmanship with the bartending, and they'll like do these crazy shows and stuff, but it's just a pretty basic drink, but it's really good.
I'll say in Austin, my experience with cocktails is they're not like particularly good. They don't really stand out. If you're going to a nice place, you're paying for like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and then they'll have like a creative menu, I guess, but they don't really like if I go and order a Sazerac at a speakeasy, it's like 9 out of 10 times it's shitty. And I'm like, well, okay. Like, cause I don't know. I feel like, just not a lot of bars out there really taking a whole bunch of pride in their drink. Plus everyone out there is just trying to get drunk. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
like-
it's different when you're just trying to get fucked up versus
Yeah,
like there's like
that's very
sometimes they'll
different.
come out the guys wearing the gloves and they'll have
Oh,
like
yeah.
the special ice cube and do the thing with the smoke on the drink, like
Yeah,
the whole fucking shebang.
I've had
Yeah.
a dude come out with like a fucking like the fucking full frost gloves on, pulls out like a thing of liquid nitrogen and just like starts mixing a bunch of shit, and I'm just like,
Or
this
is
is
it-
fucking
That's what I was
awesome.
saying. Like, there's
It's
some cool
like-
cocktail bars in
yeah.
Nashville that are like that, where they go crazy with the showmanship, but the drink is just pretty basic.
Well,
and then
so
I go
that's
out,
what I
I go
was
out
saying.
west, and like the drink has like 8 more ingredients, but like they just give it to you. There's nothing showy about it.
That's
But
what
it's
I
a
was
really
saying.
good cocktail.
Austin's all about like the extras, and then you drink the drink, and the drink's like okay, but I don't know.
I want both. They both matter to me.
¿Por qué no los
so-
dos? Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't like a crazy cocktail, but I remember one time I was on vacation in Barcelona, and I was meeting up
Barcelona.
with my cousin and my sister and their friends, and my cousin was introducing me to her new boyfriend. She was dating this like super rich guy at the time who was very trashy, but he had a lot of money and he was trying to
Good for her.
impress big time. Dude, I was like 21 at the time, and I walk into the bar just to say what's up, like on the way to some club. I'm already drunk, and like I'm meeting this guy, and he comes and he introduced me. He asked me, "What do you like to drink?" And I was like, "Whiskey," and he orders me this like crazy Japanese whiskey that like the manager like comes out of the back and like does this whole presentation, and they like pour it into the glass, and then he asked me, how many ice cubes do I want? He said, would you like 1 or 2? And I said 2. And it was like a fucking trick question, dude. Like as soon as I said 2, everyone stopped and looked at me and like, whoa, dude, like you're not supposed to say 2. Like it's supposed to be 0 or 1, dude. Like and the guy just stops and looks at me. He's like, okay. He like puts the 2 in. Like I could tell he was upset about it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like,
you that. I mean, that is true.
dude,
Like,
I was about
that's
to
what
take
you're
a
supposed to
bro.
be- You
I
get it
took a
neat,
sip
or
and
you
I was
just get
like,
the one. That's yeah.
I was like, can I get some Coke in this? Or
Hamzy the kind of guy, bro.
Bro, I can imagine that drinking like some strong Japanese whiskey at the age of 21. I would have said the same shit. I'd be like, put some fucking Coke in this.
I'm just gonna be honest. People who are gonna pay $100 for a glass of whiskey deserve to pay $100 for a glass of whiskey. It's not that good. The difference,
I feel like any strong liquor is just not good,
bro. It's really not that different. If you told them it was $100 glass and you put some not cheap shit, but meh shit in there, they'd probably be like, "Oh hell yeah, this is some spicy, got some oaky flavors in it. I really like this."
yeah.
I swear to God.
I strongly disagree with you.
I swear to God.
I strongly disagree with you.
I kind of agree with 9rain. I feel like for the longest time, like, I don't know, people around my age, I'm only 23. I feel like people around my age are like younger. They'll say that they like a whiskey, but that's only because they watched Peaky Blinders once and they decided that.
Dude, PJ, the next time we go to
I think that's a fair point. Listen, no. Listen, you don't have the palate for it, but what whiskey is 100% a palate alcohol. So
Dude,
is wine.
The next time we go out to a whiskey bar, I'm buying a glass of $200 something for tasty, and I'm gonna talk to the waiter. I'm gonna have him put some like mediocre shit in it. Tell him it's the high dollar stuff. And
Tasty doesn't drink whiskey. Tasty's a wine guy. I would say that Max would be able to distinguish he would definitely be able to distinguish an expensive wine from a shitty wine.
Okay.
Didn't they do that to Bodie?
I'll back him on that. I will back him on that 100%.
Didn't they do that to Bodie at the Greenbrier? They like bought him some cheap whiskey.
T-Papa did that to them, and yes, that's why I was laughing at them, because they drank it was sweet and nice, and they're like, oh my god, we gotta find this, because they thought it was an expensive whiskey, but it wasn't.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Did they like it less when they found out it was cheap?
What?
Did they like it less when they found out it was cheap?
Max probably, of course.
I don't know, but I that's why I was laughing, because I knew what T-Papa did.
Everybody who drinks
a placebo thing, right?
I don't doubt. Correct.
100%.
I don't
think
doubt
it becomes
wine people.
Listen, that's the thing. Is like Bodie and Tasty. I don't think they're really whiskey guys. I know that whiskey is something that Bodie got into recently. I've been drinking whiskey my entire pretty much adult life, so I can definitely distinguish between the shitty whiskey and a good one. I can guarantee you that. Like I will.
Okay.
I'll put money on it if you want.
Okay.
I feel like it has to be put to the test.
Yeah, I could definitely 100%.
I'm not gonna do it the next time, PJ, but sometime some whiskey you're drinking that you think is expensive ain't gonna be expensive. I'm gonna be watching.
that is fine.
We got a long con coming here.
It's just very like I feel like whiskey would be, at least for me. But that's the thing, is like I haven't drank that much wine, because I feel that way about the wine, because I can't really distinguish that well.
It didn't
but
take
like
me
a
drinking...
less mature whiskey, if you throw me a very like non-mature whiskey, I'm gonna be able to distinguish it immediately.
Okay, it didn't take me very much wine drinking to be able to tell a big difference.
If it's like cut and dry, yeah, but if it was like a kind of a middle shelf type deal with a high, I'm not sure if I'd be able to like immediately just distinguish it, just because I don't really. The only time I drink wine is when I've been going out to dinners with you guys, really, just because there's a lot of people in our group.
Can you tell
like
the
wine.
difference between a box of Franzia and a decent bottle of wine?
Well, yeah, I feel like
Franzia
that.
is
Yeah.
juice.
Yes. Yeah,
I feel like I
pretty
could.
easy.
I have a great idea for a
it'd be
video.
pretty easy.
I'm saying it out loud.
All right, Zoe,
no
what
one's
do you
gonna steal it because it's us. When we go to TwitchCon, we all need to do a blindfolded taste test of like 3 different wines, and we have to guess which one costs which amount.
Let's do it. Let's actually write that. I like that.
That's
Let's
a great
We're
video.
doing that. Okay.
Thank
You can do that. That'd be good. You can write that down.
Wait, 9rain. Then if whiskey's not your thing, what's your drink? What's your go-to?
I like wine. If I had to choose, red wine. I don't really like many wines.
Red.
Yeah.
Why'd you say it like that?
Rosé.
Really?
Genuinely, it's so.
Have you ever had an
disgustingly
orange
good.
wine?
Orange?
No.
I don't think so.
That's.
Orange wine.
I'd be down to try.
Yeah, I can't explain the process because I'm not really a huge wine person, but if you get a natural wine, you can find orange wine, which is like, to me, it tastes like it's in between of like a rosé and a white wine, and it's very delish. You should try it if you get your chance to, but you can only find it naturally, like natural wines. Yeah, but it's good. Would recommend.
I mean, I'm sure you can ferment all kinds of shit, and
it's just green grapes, but there's something with how they do it that makes it turn
it's
orange.
Still
I don't know.
Grapes.
Yeah.
I thought it was like oranges.
No. It's just it turns bright
Those
orange.
are just mimosas, bro.
But I'm sure you could ferment oranges, right? Am I dumb?
You can do anything you want, but that sounds
That's
like
what
you're
I'm
making
saying.
mead to me.
Oh fucking know.
Well, mead is honey. I don't
Honey.
know. I think if it's a fruit, it's technically a wine, right? If it's fermented.
I guess. I don't
I'm
know.
just
I'm not a
shooting from the
scientist.
hip here. I have no
I'll
idea what
fucking
I'm talking about.
Dude, you know, it's actually crazy.
Niner the type of guy.
Those fucking like distilling processes. I saw like you like vodka. Like I think about vodka, right? It's just you just think of vodka as vodka, but then like vodka can have so many sources. Like as in you can just make it from fucking potatoes, bro. Like leave that shit out and like.
Isn't Tito's potato?
One of that shit. I don't fucking know.
No,
That's from
dude.
Texas. Niner in mine know.
You know, you'd think I would, but I don't.
Where's that? It's made in Austin, Texas, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what
So
I
yeah,
thought.
there's like
I
there's
Tito's.
grain
Tito's is
alcohol,
solid.
potato vodka, and it's just like
Tito's
they're
is.
different things, man.
I'm not a
Crazy.
huge fan of Tito's. I don't really like it.
I'm not sure if I
Tito's-
could distinguish vodka. I just feel like it's more of like a.
Oh my god.
What is that
Jesus
like?
fucking Christ, dude.
What is
He's
it,
insane.
oh, he is. I
He
didn't
didn't
It's
even
know
okay,
know
that.
Four
Nine
Loko
I like-
today.
Fucked up.
I like it enough for both of us.
I
No,
think I
that's cool. Like,
distinguish you know that like the rubbing alcohol kind of like aspect to like a vodka. I feel like,
Yes.
like that's like the best way. That's how I like.
Yeah.
How smooth is that rubbing alcohol? Like that's
Bro,
probably
that's how
like
I
the
felt
knife
about the
into
blue
lower-
flame.
it's basically how quickly does that rubbing alcohol flavor go away?
It's like
Yeah,
how little
that-
like the higher end brands, like Grey Goose and above. I feel like that it doesn't burn on the way down as much. It's like it's way smoother,
It's
right?
just
But like
smoother, yeah. It's smoother. Well,
when
I
you,
think
if you
it's
take a
because
shot of
they,
Svedka, you're just like.
well, that's the distilling process, right? It's because they've distilled it like so many
Well,
times. I
honestly,
think
when
is-
it comes to like better alcohols and like shitty alcohols, I think once you get past your threshold of like 4 or 5 drinks, there's like no point in drinking good stuff. Because like I did have a point where I was like into really nice wines and I was buying these expensive bottles and enjoying them. And after like 4 glasses, like it's like
That's
it
a
all
lot of
tastes the
glasses,
same,
bro.
dude.
Dude,
I don't
I
know,
agree,
man.
I agree with that because I remember when we did
After
the
a full ass bottle of wine, it's like
well, I
Yeah, that
remember we
makes
did we did the dinner. Like I think Ignoble, you were there, right? Yeah, you were there. We did that dinner and like we got in some insane wine, and like at first it was really cool because you could really taste it, and like you could really like taste all the cool stuff, and then eventually like we were like pretty fucked up, and then it just like
Yeah,
Hamzy said,
like-
it was a diminishing return, 100%.
At
Yeah,
that
like,
point,
if
if you
you've
gave me
already-
a bottle of Barefoot, I would have been like, "Yo, this pairs so
This is
well."
amazing.
Exactly. Like if you've
Exactly.
already had
Barefoot.
a fair amount of drinks, like there's no point in drinking some good shit. Like you
Yeah.
might as well switch down to some cheaper.
That's
shit
why I
'cause you're
think
not gonna
going
tell the
forward with
difference.
like any type of fine dining experience I do, I'm not gonna do like because where we fucked up was as soon as we got there, we drank like what 2 or 3 cocktails.
Yeah.
before we even
Yeah,
started the
yeah.
dinner.
Like you got
That
to
was a
start
bad
with the
idea.
good shit and then
Yeah.
end
Yeah.
up with that
Yeah,
other
that
shit.
was a bad idea. We should
Oh,
have
yeah.
gone
I think I
into
just
that shit.
right.
just
dude.
wine, like just pairing with the food, because like they actually wine does pair very well with food, especially when they like at those fine dining places. I want to experience that, like those two things coming together.
You
and,
did
like,
for 2 courses.
and then yeah,
And then after
fucking
that, you're
onwards.
like,
I was just like
"Fuck."
sloshing around, like whoa.
Yeah,
This
you are. But
man-
when you're like chugging drinks in between, like then it just loses its.
Yeah.
Fucking
effect.
Ignoble was so fucked up that he let me eat his like half of his cut of like an insane Japanese A5 that was just like incredible. It was one of the best pieces of meat. That's probably the best piece of meat I've ever eaten in my entire life.
How
And
much did you pay for it?
he didn't want half of it.
I
The whole
was-
dinner, well, it depended per person because each person they had a different wine pairings. They had like
How much
they
is
had
that steak?
the steak.
Yeah, yeah, like,
well, they
just-
just do that. It's a whole tasting menu. The whole tasting menu, I think,
Oh,
it was 3 for the full tasting menu. I think it was $300. I think. I
No,
believe.
that's not too bad.
Yeah, just for the food. Where it got expensive was the add-ons and then the alcohol because we got some pretty crazy wine pairings.
That
Because-
shirt actually looks pretty good on you, PJ. By the way.
So, you like
good
the
color
pink
for you.
shirt?
Yeah.
Does it pair well?
Yeah, it does, bro.
Damn, you're like a fine wine. That's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
But I think that's what happened though. Is like we had a lot of people there who were like big fans of wine and they wanted to try that. I did too though. I was there too.
Because there was like the wine pairings, plus you got like multiple extra bottles along the way, and it's just like it was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
control.
If I were to eat a dinner with somebody and I knew we were splitting the bill evenly, and somebody ordered like a fucking $10,000 bottle of wine, I would never talk to them again. Like genuinely, we would not be friends anymore.
That's fair. We did not split it evenly. We actually
Okay,
did it
good.
per person. However much.
Yeah,
per
there'd have to
person
be
spent.
some kind of
Yeah,
agreement.
because I think there's like they had like at this place at least they had a regular wine pairing and then they had like their upgraded wine pairing, and then they had where it was just like give us a price limit and we'll make one for you custom. And yeah, so that it got pretty crazy at that point. So
Oh Jesus.
yeah, so but
That was a fucking expensive dinner. Jesus Christ.
it sure was, but it was worth the experience, at least for me. I don't know if it was for you, but it was for me.
No, it was a very good experience. I would love to do that. Like,
I would love to split a bottle of Barefoot with Ignoble next time.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Barefoot, I like Barefoot's good.
bro, TwitchCon's
Good
coming
thing-
up.
good,
If you want to pick a
listen.
wine night, dude, one of
We
the
can
nights
say
in
this.
Vegas.
We can say
Just
this.
me and Ignoble.
Bro,
No,
I can't wait for TwitchCon to come in with the bag of Franzia, dude, and just have everyone slap that shit.
Fucking college flashbacks, dude. I'd be so
Oh wait,
down.
wait.
Slap the
Casper,
bag,
do you know what
baby.
it means to slap the bag?
Huh?
Do you know what it means to slap the bag?
Not a
No
fucking
chance.
clue. Well, actually,
Perfect. We'll teach you in October. I'm
Dude,
excited.
Slap the
holy.
bag.
I feel like I've heard of that before, but I can't remember.
It
what.
is a euphemism.
Dude, I was just saying, like, up to the age of, I don't know, like, up to the age of like 25, that was my wine experience in life, was slapping the bag and barefoot. It's like, that's all I had.
We coming back?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yep. Zoe, hit us with a Twitter question. What you got?
I saw this one that looked particularly interesting to me. Westham, what's it like being a former rank 2 UIM?
Oh, that's definitely just a troll question. It has to be. It's just one of my mates used to be, I think, rank 2 or rank 3 Ultimate Iron, and he used D-Iron and gave me the account. And since then, I've just played it.
Really?
Yeah, he just, I don't know, he just threw it away to. He threw it away to like PK, and then he PK'd for like a week, I think, because he couldn't be asked building another account. And then he just quit the game. So it didn't last very long.
Good for him. Good for him.
Just so curious what the lore was there. That's really impressive. Good to know. That's pretty cool.
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Oh.
you go.
Mr. C Engineer, who, if you're listening, stop being a pussy and come on our podcast. But his question was, what's the most amount of cigarettes you can fit in your mouth?
I'd say like 30, maybe.
30.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
Damn.
That's
Well,
like
they got a big mouth.
Holy
that's like,
yeah.
that's like industry ready type mouth there.
Can you
That's
give
pretty
us
good.
like
Yeah,
a
I'd say
can
more
we
than
see
a
it?
pack, surely.
Eat your mic for Ignoble.
I'm just saying, like, just let us get a look at how big can you go?
Wow.
Could've fit
Okay.
two in there.
30, I
Twitter
would say.
clip. Yeah,
I
put that in
really-
Twitter clip.
That's
Twitter,
cute.
man.
I am not.
Chris Alb.
First of all, we are all sure SM7B gang, by the way. So pound it.
Yeah, that's just a standard. That's just
Yeah,
a
pound
strict
it.
standard streamer microphone.
Second of all,
Yeah,
yeah.
we all have the same mic. Do we have the same mic arm too, everybody?
yeah.
I think we do.
Everyone
Now,
gets the same.
Road.
My mic arm is pretty budget. Y'all's is a nicer one than mine.
I was rocking the budget too for a while. I didn't want to let go until
Mine's
they
real
roasted.
squeaky. Like it's pretty bad.
Mine was too. They
I-
roasted me one
so
day though.
squeaky.
We all like looking around. I think it was when we had Uber. And everybody was like, "Oh, we all have the same." Wait, Joe doesn't. Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, this is like the $20 one I got when I started." And they're like, what are you doing?" Kind of got.
Yeah,
I got
I'm pretty
bullied a little
sure
bit.
my neighbor can hear my mic arm.
That
It's
was the
pretty
issue with
bad.
mine. Like it worked fine, but when I would move it over, it was just that screech.
Yeah,
Every
my
time
old
I'd
one
move
was
it
the
over.
same.
That's why we forced 9rain to turn his cam off. We don't want any of that. The weird mic.
Wait,
arm
what
on.
happened to your thumb? Did you
What?
or arm or wrist?
Oh, this. My
Too much jerking off.
yeah, I was beating it too hard. My carpal tunnel came back, fucking
Ooh.
flaring.
Fair enough.
I think that was on a live cast. Something about he asked some question, then you're like, T Papa told you to hold your hands up, and then that was the first time I saw the cast.
I see.
I forgot what the question
Is the
was.
carpal tunnel from work, school, or room?
Yeah, I spend most of my day at a PC working, and my ergonomics are not quite great. And I had this flare up couple.
By ergonomics, you mean your posture is weak.
Whatever. It's like whatever angle of my hand on the keyboard in like weird pan positions. Like, it's not exact. It's so.
My
Part- should get a,
ergonomics, my ergonomics are weird. Is the I'm bad at taking tests of like we get it, bro. Like, I just struggle to take tests. Like, all right, okay, we know what that means.
You could get a pad or something.
Yeah,
to,
like I'm
put
supposed
under
to
you.
like you know how your chair is supposed to be the same height as your keyboard and like eye level stuff like that. I'm just like fucking reclined back with my fucking wrist at like a 90-degree angle against that shit, and it's like that's probably not the thing to do it. And Yeah, the nerves of getting trapped and shit.
Mhm.
Is that what happens? I don't even.
I don't believe
I
you.
hope you're okay.
Yeah, I was masturbating. You fucking got me, Seth. You know what? It's all right. Fucking, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Just gripping my
Thank you
dick
for
too
coming
hard.
clean. Really
That's
kind
kind
of you.
no, that's kind of badass actually. You got
Yeah, I
that
feel like there's a lot
really
better
good-
stories you can make up for that. Like, you know, I don't know, maybe like
I
make
could
some
like
type of-
then, but I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm just gonna fucking. So it's like, I don't know. What
mean-
would I say at my age? Like, oh, how do I get
Listen,
this?
man.
What fucking happened? Like, what do I say?
When you're a doctor and you're very wealthy, the joke will be on us. Okay, so keep doing
That
your
is
thing.
so true.
It's true. It's true. I'll make fun of you guys with my fucking broken wrist.
I'll see you at the blackjack table.
You're goddamn right, brother.
All right, Skatizo asked, why don't you do anything in the game?
Like all I do is like what they just think the cash magically spawns out of nowhere, but like LMS ain't giving me no stats.
You're just LMSing in the group Iron Man, bro.
I mean, I got 1,000 total. I reckon. that's
Okay,
good.
hell yeah, dude. I can't hate.
Respectable.
I've done the same. The only group Iron Man I've ever been in, all I did was AFK Ogresses and do LMS.
I mean, I just
Did
want to go
not
to
play the
Revs.
game.
I just want to go to Revs. That's all I want to do on it. Like that's my plan. So that's just what I'm like preparing for.
I think that's valid. You get everyone rune pouches?
Yeah, I think I don't know.
He's
Who
like,
I got.
yeah.
I got Max a room pouch. I think Clone and Jay got their own.
I was gonna
course you
ask. I think you lost your second life recently. Is that correct? On
Oh
your
yeah, I
guys' group?
found about that. I literally found out about that this stream because I logged
Okay,
in.
can we get some raw thoughts? Some raw thoughts, raw emotion.
Hey, what
How do you
happened?
feel
I don't know
about
what
that?
have no
happened.
idea how it happened. So I have.
I
don't even.
know where it happened.
Oh, I can
but-
tell you what
Who
happened.
died?
Go ahead, Hamzy. Go ahead. Hamzy, actually, did you witness it or what? Or you watched the VOD?
Well,
You watched the VOD.
I was actually live when Clone came to tell me that it had just happened, and then I went and watched the VOD. He was so Clone was experimenting with some psychedelics last night and doing some 150 solos,
Oh god.
and he forgot his teleport. And he got venomed in the monkey room and had no food and was just running around like
monkey
a
puzzle?
hopeless soul, dude. I like watching it. It literally, dude, it's like a dream, bro. You know, like when you're in a dream, like where you like can't run, but you're trying to like.
Oh my
that's
god,
what it
I
looked
hate
like.
those, bro.
That's what it looked like I was watching, dude. Like he's frantically checking all his gear to see if there's any kind of teleport. He forgot his teleport out. He was venom, didn't know anti-venom,
dude.
he had no food. I know he did try to redemption proc and let a monkey like melee him to see if it would work, but the venom got him before. It was honestly
Damn,
he
dude.
did everything.
That's a good try actually to get that composure to try and pull something like that off.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised the monkeys didn't get him, dude, because he had redemption up with like 4 different monkeys meleeing him, and they were all hitting zeros, dude.
Where
I
you
guess it's
died with a
150s.
puzzle.
Yeah, he died with a
Dude,
puzzle, dude.
fuck the monkey room, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
fuck that shit, bro.
It's not a puzzle. It's just bad.
It's just
Yeah.
It's a chore.
Yeah.
It is
fun.
very strange. Like I know we've talked about, we're always hating on the monkey room, but it is just so strange how like every other room is actually a puzzle, and it's just not a puzzle at all. It's just I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It's just it's awful. I hate it.
Are you enjoying the
Walmart
game?
Nilo's.
Yeah.
I enjoy just playing like the account, but at the same time, I don't know how to play the game. I have no idea how the fuck you play this video game at this point. Like the whole like Herbrons, not Herbrons, but like what the
Arm?
fuck is it called? Herbivore. or
Birdhouse?
whatever?
Oh,
Yeah,
herbivore.
birdhouse run shit like that. I don't know. I have no idea how.
Like, would you would you be able to make a molten glass right now?
No. My game knowledge in terms of Iron Man shit is terrible. The only thing I've ever done on this game has been PKing. I've
When
never
did you start
done anything.
playing?
I started when I was 7. My brother introduced me to this game and I was so young. And I just remember like we used to have an hour on the PC each. I would get like 15 minutes because he was older and he would just throw me off. If I had anything to say, I'd get beat up. I'd then go to the library and use my library card to play on their PC.
Those are the good old days, honestly.
Yeah.
When did you start streaming? Like, did you take a break from RuneScape or?
I the longest break I ever took from this game was like 6 months.
Hmm.
I have played consistently since 2007, pretty much
That's
non-stop.
crazy.
And I got into
Damn,
streaming.
bro.
Jeez.
I streamed private servers on Hitbox in like 2013. And then I came to Twitch in like 2016, 2017.
A while.
It's not that long.
You've really been here.
Beginning of 07, I feel like.
I
I feel
guess
like
that's
most
fair.
people that are at the top right now have streamed for like 10 plus years.
Yeah, that's valid. I feel like we're all babies. Anything earlier than like 2018, I'm like, oh my god, you've been doing this forever.
I don't know. I think Twitch is far more enjoyable now than what it was back then, though. That might just be because I know more people now too, but I think I don't know. It kind of just seems like there's more creators speak to each other. Also means more drama, but ultimately has a net positive.
Pack watch.
Fair enough. What did you like about streaming back then?
Oh, I used to stream like once a month. Like I rarely chucked on streams. Even when I did, it was alright. I used to sit on like 40 viewers or something. But back then I was just like, I don't know, I was like big-headed fucking teenager that thought I was the greatest at the game, so I don't think I said too much.
Fair enough. Just like PKing and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're valid.
Nice. Yeah. I got a question
You're
for
very
you.
valid.
Oh,
Go on.
sorry. So.
Shoot.
Okay.
Go ahead.
From the Twitter thread, Robert asks, "How many geese do you think you could beat in a fight? What if one of them had a knife?"
Okay.
Huh?
There's something about what is it? Is it like Canadian geese that they're so fucking aggressive?
Yeah,
Like,
they're very mean.
Yeah, like they genuinely will like attack people for no
They hate each
reason.
other too. I've watched them chase after each other and attack each other before. They're pretty.
You
They're
just
pretty. They're
grab
assholes.
the neck, do a little snippy snap, move to the next one.
I mean, it seems simple, right? But like, them motherfuckers can fly.
well, I
They
think the
can
only
fly
thing that
fast.
I feel like the only thing that makes Goose like bothersome is the fact that we're not trying to harm this poor creature that's attacking a clearly apex predator. Like, dude, just grab.
Okay, but would
Yeah.
we like? Do you consider yourself an apex predator when you see like another animal?
Yes, because we have guns.
Yeah, bro. Technology, dude.
Evolution, baby. It's called guns.
We use tools. The only thing more terrifying than like
If you only had your hands,
Okay,
would you even
yeah.
imagine yourself
No,
being
no,
able
no.
to beat like a decent sized animal?
a goose for damn sure, but not, you know.
That thing can
We actually
fly,
had this.
though.
I had this discussion. We had this discussion in North Carolina. Torvesta thought he could beat up a giraffe. I was so believe me. Yeah, believe me. I hear you. I'm on the side
That's
of
a British
almost.
take. It's a British take.
I know. I was like, believe me, I'm on the side of almost every animal could kick a human's ass, but a goose, bro, you're punching down with a goose.
How the fuck do you
Yeah.
plan to beat a giraffe?
You don't.
So I actually
can't.
heard in
He's trampled.
Evescape's video, Evescape did like a recap of the whole thing, and he was saying that Torvesta had this plan to like dodge the neck attacks and then like punch at the legs in between dodges.
He said he was gonna leg kick a giraffe to its knees so he could hit it in its vitals. And I was like, bro, if you kick a giraffe in the leg, you are breaking your leg.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
That's
I
the
like
most
the
delusional
enthusiasm,
take
though.
I've ever heard.
you should. He like perked up and got
What's
out of
up,
his
bro?
chair and was like showing us moves and stuff. So I kind of half believed him,
Is
but
there alcohol involved here?
no, dead sober. Brother was like, I will beat that giraffe's ass, and I started to believe
I
him.
feel like,
I,
well, there's always somebody like that because I always had a friend who was like, I could kill a wolf with my bare hands. And I
well,
was like,
do you know
no,
what's
you couldn't.
funny? Do you know what's funny? Tierzu released our giraffe's OP video like the day we got home from the trip. I sent it to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I saw that. I've changed my mind." But nah, dude, he got some fight in him. I could see it in his eyes. He was ready to take on that giraffe.
I respect it.
Yeah, me too. So how many geese?
I'd say 2. I feel like if I aim any higher than that, then like, that's just the amount of
Well,
hands
that's
I have.
yeah. I feel like that's fair because like if
Two
you
is
got
solid.
attacked by like 4 or 5, they'd be coming from all different angles.
I
So I
just
feel like
don't
it'd be,
know-
it'd be
If-
I
if
just
they
don't know
come
how
from
they-
you can grab the necks in each
Yeah.
hand.
yeah.
Do they have like really big, like talons, or like how the fuck are they gonna inflict any damage? This isn't me doubting the geese.
I don't know.
just
You're
don't
flying into you, like
peck
you,
straight
bro.
in
Don't
your
they
face,
fucking-
getting into your eyes or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, I feel like once you
See if they
get
have
one,
teeth.
you can hold its neck and do kind
well,
of
they
like
do-
a
they do have
tornado
Do a
some
kick.
helicopter situation.
Wait,
right?
yeah, you
Yeah,
can batter
exactly.
the other
Okay.
geese with the one goose.
They do
Yes,
have some
exactly.
teeth.
What
They
if
have
it's a
some
heavy
teeth.
goose and you can't just pick it
They
up by
have
its neck?
teeth?
you know?
They do
How
have some
heavy
teeth.
can a goose be, dude? 30
If you
pounds.
look up
I'll
the
swing
Canadian
30
geese,
pounds
they're
easily.
they're not like terrifying, but they're enough to like they're sharp
Oh.
enough to like it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna
Oh
cut you up
fuck!
a
No,
little bit.
no, they are terrifying. What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
what
I
are you
mean,
looking
it's-
at?
Just you
Canadian
type in Canadian
geese?
goose.
Oh, wait,
Canadian goose
wait.
teeth. They have some teeth. They have some little sharp, and their tongues have teeth too. I think as well.
Canadian
Look
geese
at that
teeth.
picture. What the
Holy
fuck is
shit.
that?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You'd be terrified if you
God.
saw how ducks and geese made as well. It's pretty. They have a barb. They have the
Dude,
super,
we saw what was it like a duck like attacking another duck in Tennessee, and it was like, dude, we saw it like trying to fucking drown the other one.
Oh yeah, they're very territorial.
You know, that's what I was saying. Like, I've watched geese. Like, there's this geese. He was chilling out in this. It was like this big pond outside of like a museum. He was just sitting out there, you know, minding his business. And this other geese just flies in, dude, just full speed, like fighter jet, and just blasts him in the water and starts like basically trying to drown him and biting him. And I was like,
dude,
what
it
the
was-
fuck?
No, I
We were all
just
just
got
sitting
a
there.
message for all the geese out there. If one of those motherfuckers flies at me, I'm swinging back. I'm gonna deck a geese.
Oh hell
Like,
yeah!
I feel
you
like
bitch
I
ass
feel like
bird think you're gonna take a
first,
swing at me, bro?
Yeah, I feel like the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw the Sparta kick, and if that doesn't make it fuck off, then we're just gonna have to grab the neck and
Yeah,
have to
dude,
try
It's
and take
10
care of it.
pounds. You
kicking
could
that
punt that
bird.
shit. You could punt the fuck out of that.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
if you-
saying, bro.
Yeah, because I feel like a kick wouldn't kill it. It would just make it fuck off. It would obviously hurt the bird, but
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
think if you grab the neck, you're gonna have to.
No, I see that fucking anger in its eyes, that bestial
Like,
emptiness.
I
in
would
its
grab the
stare.
neck. It would try to
No,
bite
I'm
onto
kicking
my
that
arm.
thing in the fucking mouth, dude.
I would fucking like smack
Yeah.
that shit on the ground, like, you know, just over like a fucking hammer on the other ones, you know?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If you grab by the neck, you're probably gonna end up killing it. So I feel like the
I
kick
love
is your
animals.
first. Yeah.
I love animals, but I fucking hate geese.
I love
Egotistical
animals. I'm gonna
bastard.
fuck that one up, grab it by the throat, and beat the shit
No,
out
no,
of
I'm
it.
serious, bro. Like I have a soft heart for animals, but if one of those egotistical fucks made a swing at me, I'd be like, "You're a goose. You're about to learn today." Fucking, never mind. I feel
Man.
like I've said enough.
I know a lot of them. They won't. They will attack you if you turn your back to them. They will attack you. You're supposed to just stay squared up with them, and they won't.
you
they won't
turn
come
your
at you.
back and show
Yes.
fear.
Well, I know that roosters and chickens do that too. If you turn your back to them, they will try and come and snip at the back of your legs and attack you. But
Guys,
if you stay squared up, they won't. They'll just walk toward you,
like-
acting like you're gonna do something.
Look in the After Dark chat. I posted a picture of the goose I'm trying to punch in the mouth.
Okay, well that's fair. Like if that thing's hissing at you, coming at you, you gotta swing,
Oh,
bro. Like,
dude.
Yeah, bro.
Those eyes look wild.
Yeah,
what
I'd
the
say
fuck
back
is
the
with
fuck
that?
up, you avian
that's Q-Neeks
bastard.
after a week of subathon right there, bro. That's you
Oh my
gotta
god.
you gotta take care of business at that point.
1,000 subs. I will go fight a goose.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the up close picture though, I didn't know they. I mean, I know little teeth, but those are actually those are decent. So yeah,
I'm
I think
sure
two's
are
fair.
Canadian geese a protected species?
I have no clue.
And at what point could you make the case for self-defense? Like I'm just saying if we had.
What are you really sound like you want to kill a goose?
No,
That's what it
now
sounds
I'm-
like, dude.
No.
Where
I'm
is
just
that
saying.
coming from?
I sound the idea of sending Q-Neeks out into the woods to get attacked by a
Spicy.
goose. That is a compelling video.
No, I agree.
Like,
I'm really desperate for YouTube stuff right now, huh?
help me.
The base channel does need new content, so if we need some
Oh
IRL,
my
fucking.
God.
That'd be
Okay,
really good.
Surely
fine.
there's another question besides.
We can
how
have
many geese?
Q-Neeks fighting geese into us tasting wines and whiskeys and trying to decipher. That'd be a great segue.
Yeah.
Dude, wine tasting into him fighting geese.
That'd be good too. They'll
Just
just
run
yeah,
through
that way
that
you can get
fucking
them. You can
ham
get them going a little bit. That'd be good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
solid.
I
You'd be a
like
little
it.
confident.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have one?
Yeah, I have two.
Thank you,
actually.
Robert. What a question.
That was a great question.
Yeah, who knew that was?
That was a
gonna be
great
Well,
question.
I like the end of the end part of it though. What if one of them had a knife?
Yeah.
What if
He pulled out a fucking shiv like, hey, mate.
Yeah, if they had a knife,
Um,
I reckon you fuckers they can fly.
So I have two from two different people. They kind of have to do with each other. So the donator, I know he's a big PvP guy, so definitely want to hear what he has to say. He's asking if you could change one thing about RuneScape PvP, what would you choose? And then Blondie's asking, would you rather have a new DMM or old singles in the Wildy back?
I think I'd rather have a new DMM, but I think I'd also, if there's one thing to change about PvP, I don't even know if you could say this as an answer, but like just change the community, because like the player base is the problem. The player base is the problem to the core with absolutely
Amen, brother. Thank
for
you.
PvM, every single problem in the game, and like how far it's been taken, the player base is always like the core problem.
Thank
Damn.
God.
What?
Without West Ham, the beacon of sense from
So-
the fucking all the way across the pond.
Damn,
What do you
kind of
What
a
do you mean
top
by
rope.
that? Says in like, is you saying just like the people
Yeah,
are
what do you
just,
mean
like,
by that?
toxic, or they're not like they don't play well with people? Like, what?
It's not about toxicity. It's about like people's, I guess, like attitude towards things. It's like, I don't know, people will complain. Like in PvP, for example, people will complain about a certain meta, but then engage and like only use that meta themselves. And it's like, well, if you're gonna contribute to it and just do nothing but that, then I feel like you're equally as part of the problem.
But like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like with metas in this game, it's like you're kind of forced to like you're not gonna not use it. I don't know, man. Like there was people using the blowpipe for everything, and they were still saying that the blowpipe should be nerfed.
Yeah. Of course, you can have an opinion on things, but I think, I don't know, the way PKing used to be, there used to be more variety, but that's also because of how people played. Like nowadays, if everyone didn't sweat as hard as they did, I'm guilty of that too. I
That's what
feel
I'm gonna
like,
say. Do you think it has more to do with like the evolution of the players, or more
Yeah,
so
the
like
player-
the?
yeah, the player is the problem because everyone's afraid of dying. That's the problem with PvP. No one likes dying, obviously, because you lose all your shit. You have to re-gear, yada yada
Fair.
yada. But it becomes the biggest problem because people just they'll do everything to not die and just kind of take the fun out of it for themselves too by doing that.
So one thing that this isn't a Twitter question, but something that I just kind of have an interest in. How do you think the Wildy Boss rework has affected PvP and like particularly like getting new players into PvP?
I don't think it did jack shit for getting new players into PvP.
Really?
Aside from like the initial launch, I don't think it does much. I've said for a long time that like the solution is not to add more shit, it's to like condense more. I guess you can still add more, but I don't know how to explain it. It's like you have the wilderness, which is a big with so many small locations. It's like sub communities. It's like having, I don't know, I guess different raids all over the wildy. And people don't know where to go because there's so many different spots, and then the community's only getting smaller and smaller, and then we have so many worlds to hop. You don't find anyone because there's too many things to look at. Like there's too many places to go, so it's harder to find fights because of stuff like that.
So you think too many areas of PvP is bad? Like it should be more condensed, kind of like how back in the day where it was with like Edgeville Ditch and north of Varrock and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look at the game right now. We have Bounty Hunter, we have PvP worlds, we have the regular wilderness, which all basically have the same PJ timer. Then you have the Rev Cave and like shit like that. It's too much for such a small community of the game.
Yeah, I will say I don't want to like hard disagree on the not getting new players into it, but I will say like as someone who's an Iron Man who's been doing a lot of wildy stuff in the single bosses lately, like I've been getting attacked by a lot of players lately who are not
Clearly
that,
new.
yeah, not that. And then I actually find them at the bank after, and I talk to them, and like and a lot of them have said like good fight, like I'm new to this.
Yeah,
I feel like I have seen a lot of people getting into it.
It's hard for me to say that like I'm factually correct because I don't think I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very, very likely that I'm wrong.
I'll say from a PVMer's perspective that if nothing else, the wildy bosses definitely gave me a little bit more confidence in the wilderness. Like the first few days, I was just kind of like anti-PKing a little bit, just bringing AGS, whatever. And then a few days after, some of my friends and I decided to just go fucking like complete rags and just try to bait people into the Callisto multi and then just fucking bolt the fuck out of them. And it was really fun. And now I feel like I kind of, have more of a grasp on what I'm doing in the wildy. Obviously, I'm not like a great PKer, but I'm not afraid to like go out there and risk a few mil.
100%. I 100% agree with that. I think I just viewed it as like I only looked at the single bosses. I didn't think about the multi bosses, but the multi bosses did a shit ton for multi. They did so much.
They're fun. Yeah, it's just kind of intimidating to start like the what is it? The skill floor? What do you call it? Like
The skill
getting
gap?
The skill
Yeah.
floor is very high. Yeah.
the skill floor is very high. Like
Yeah,
even the
more
bad
like a
people
real-
are still pretty good, and it's like really
Yeah.
punishing to learn. So I feel like for PVMers, like anti-PKing and then kind of like, you know, clan anti-PKing is like a really nice way to sort of ease yourself into it and get a little more confidence.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like this is like a very, very basic question, but like, what do you think? Like, what do you think would be the best way for someone to get into PKing right now if they wanted to, with how big the
It's
skill
so
gap
hard.
is?
Okay. It's so hard to say for me because I never got to experience like that big of a skill gap. I started PKing when I was like 8 years old, and everyone back then was so shit. Like
Yeah.
everyone sucked ass, and no one knew what they were doing.
Do you think LMS is maybe a good starting point, just because like the loss side of it is not going to be like if you're going out to the wilderness gearing up with
It is
actual
and
stuff
it
every
isn't.
time?
It will teach you like a little bit, but like LMS doesn't replicate like a real fight whatsoever. Like once you go out into the wilderness, I feel like it's so different. It will teach you like how to switch, how to combo.
That's the thing that I'll say. LMS will give you a fundamental like muscle memory for what your hands need to do to free up some of the bandwidth so you can actually think about being in the wilderness. Because there's a lot of decision making that happens when you're out in the wilderness that LMS has absolutely nothing to offer towards. But once your hands are out of the way, that was super helpful for me doing LMS.
Like how often do you guys delve into PKing, for example?
I was doing it quite a
literally
bit, but
Yeah,
not
zero for me. That's why I asked you that question. That's why I asked
I'm
you
an
that
Iron
question
Man,
because
bro.
the one day I do
Yeah.
try some, like I would like. I feel like that's where I would start. Is I'd go there at least to get a little bit of something going.
Yeah, that's like for me, that's what I would do. I think for me, the singles bosses would be
Yeah.
the move.
Is there? Would you say there's like a reason to why you haven't, or?
For me,
Because I feel
it's
like
more
I've
just
tried
like,
every piece of PBM content in this game, and I found out that I like Zolra and I like Nightmare, and that was it.
I just enjoy the
Interesting.
PVM aspect of it more than the PvP side. I've just never taken an interest in
Yeah,
PvP. It's just a plain
Yeah.
interest thing. Like,
yeah.
If
I think
I-
it's
there
just,
was
like,
a point.
The idea of clicking the balls and then like my thing is I like to try and get the pet from the balls, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I like that aspect of you. You
I
click
click
the
the
balls,
balls,
and
I get the
yeah,
pet
you,
from
you
the
click
balls.
the balls, you get the pet. Yeah. I don't
Congrats
know.
on that,
It's like-
Thermi, by the way, Zoe.
It
That
is.
was cool.
Oh,
It's like
thanks.
pleasing.
Yeah, Zoe got Thermi right as we're about to start this.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Like the most I've like enjoyment I've received is just like getting a pet. I don't know what it is
I will say the
about it.
most
It's
pain
just-
I've received in the game though is doing PVM and not getting stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
So,
with
I mean,
with
I've
the
been-
drought, as a content creator becomes content eventually at some point.
Bro,
Sure.
I have
Yeah.
been kicked into the ground, dumpstered on, and flamed in PvP, and it doesn't feel half as shit as going 800 dry on an hand.
Well, that's entertaining at least.
Not even close.
I don't know. I gave it a try though. I have a Zerker. Like I did try to get into PKing
bro,
at one
those
point. I'm
guys
just
Dead.
so fucking bad. Zerker's dead.
Yeah, they fucking suck.
I will
Well,
say
the only reason I did was because it was like during COVID and like one of my friends got into RuneScape for a little bit and like got like some base stats and then decided he didn't want to play anymore, so he gave me an account and like I just looked at the stats and like it happened to have like 60 attack and 40 defense, so I was like I'm just gonna get 99 strength. And stuff,
the
and-
most fun I ever had doing PvP was Venge fighting. Just risk fighting.
Really?
Something about it. It's just so explosive. I do no armor fights, so when you took chances or went for hits, like it was just much more high percentage as opposed to like max Torva 0 0.
That's like
0,
way more.
0.
That's way less skill based, right? That's like
Nope.
there is obviously
Nope.
some skill in it, but like comparing that to like
No, it's
NHing
a-
is so different, right?
Well,
No,
the,
I'd
the
say,
thing
I'd
about
say they
NA
share.
Really?
I'd say they share skill. Like they share like a very similar skill ceiling.
Yeah,
but
the
at
thing is,
same time,
NHing
very less click intensive.
Yeah,
Mm,
NHing
okay.
takes a while to. You're building a consistent gap over your opponent. It looks like there's not a lot happening in a Venge fight, but if I fought Oda, he would kill me 99 out of 100 times. In a Venge fight, there would be zero. Like there's a dozen things he does on every hit and every game tick that are. I cannot do them. I can watch him do it, but I cannot do that.
I think there's too many subcategories on this game of PKing.
Of PKing?
Yeah,
Well,
way too many to even. You can never compare anything with the other because they are just so completely different.
I think that's another reason it's hard to get into it too. It's like not only is there so much, it's like where do you start?
Yeah,
And
that's
also then
another thing. It's like I
getting
want
the
to get into
motivation to learn something
PKing.
hard.
Like, are you gonna like you're like I'm trying to get into PKing. Like, do I want to try max PKing or
Right,
one
it's
defense
very-
or Zerker? Like, what do
like
you?
the like my original draw for PKing back in the day was making money, and you used to be able to do it because everybody was stupid.
Yeah.
And then later, and then the idea of like your classic framed video, doing some sneaky thing to go hunt someone and like outsmart them. That's really fun, but for a completely different reason than NHing is fun. Very, very different like draws to it.
Is
So,
there?
I
yeah.
usually just like anything that has insane amounts of click intensity. That's typically just what I enjoy.
Nice, just clicky clicky.
Is there like a progression path for like PvP? Because in like for PVM, there's like very very clear, higher like mid like early game
really.
bosses, mid game, end game, and it's just like
No,
you
because
work your way
because
through
RuneScape
that, right?
PvP wasn't designed. All of it's an accident.
That's kind of true.
Weapon switching, PID swapping, combo eating, literally all the mechanics of PvP are a complete accident, and players just found a way to abuse them. Like, at what point did Jagex ever sit down and say, "Hey, we're designing this PvP aspect to the game. Like, here's the mechanics we're building into it"? Zero, not once.
There's a lot of that based around PVM too, and then Jagex just has implemented, like, you can tell some of the new bosses, they're like basically suggesting you do XYZ that wasn't probably like intended for the game.
Yeah,
in the first place.
everything happened retroactively to the players creating the way that we play the game.
Yeah.
But none of it was a design decision. It was just
Noble made an interesting point actually. Like there isn't. I don't know if there is. Maybe there is that I just don't know. But like I feel like with PVM, like there's a very clear like, oh, this person is a fire cape, this person is an inferno cape, this person has a Zuck helm. Like there's like ways to tell like kind of what skill bracket someone's in.
I'll tell you what the fuck it's if they got a name that looks like they spent a decent amount of money on it, they're better than you.
Yeah,
there's one fucking if you
that's kind of true actually.
If
dude.
you see some 4 or 5 letter name that's an actual word, you get the fuck out of there, bro. Like, that's about this. That's your infernal cape for the for PvP. That's about it though. Because that means they're good enough that they got an ego about it and they're spending that much money on the game.
Yeah.
I mean, not always the case, but it's.
But yeah, I mean, some of those names are like 2 bill, 3 bill. People sell names for like billions of GP. Then, like you said, actually that's a decent point, because if you have enough money to spend 2, 3, 4 bill on something, either A, you obviously have balled a lot of GP with your actual IRL money, or you have a ton of experience playing the game and you just have the excess money to buy
Names
said
used
name.
to be really cheap though, like disgustingly cheap.
Yeah.
Like I bought the RSN Accept for like 75 mil or something.
What the fuck?
That's
Jesus.
5 years ago.
holy shit, bro! You could turn that brother around.
That's pretty good.
That's
yeah.
really cheap.
Yeah, that's a good name. 75 mil 5 years ago though. I guess it wasn't that much more. It's a little bit more, but not too much.
Yeah, ever since Biden got in charge of the RuneScape economy.
That would be one of the tweets I suggest someone to take is ever since Joe Biden took over, RuneScape's gone to shit or something like that.
Yeah,
Someone said the other
like
day. That's a funny-
RSGP ain't what it used to be.
That's a funny one.
No, that
If you-
is funny. Who could
If you
get
don't
mad
care about the
that?
couple people actually taking it serious.
Yeah. you know, Joe Biden's policies actually don't affect the RuneScape economy. Right.
Yeah, there's gonna be one, maybe. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
So,
Someone will bite.
all right, I have a question,
All right.
and it's very important.
Mm.
Daniel Walker asks, if you and Dino had a naked mud wrestle, who would win and why would it be the fans?
Okay.
That's a good point.
The good one.
Yeah,
point.
that was a
How do
question,
I
but it
answer
sounded like a statement.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like a statement.
We should report that account though, because Westham and Dino are both minors, actually.
Oh,
So,
Oh, and
Whoa.
speaking of which, there's a question here from some guy named Westham. He says, "Is Prison
Yeah.
Joe a nonce, or why has he reused a pic of me as a minor 3 times
You
now?"
love using that picture of me as like a 16 or 17-year-old. I'm starting to question if you
how
are.
old are you right there?
Like 16 or 17, I think.
Wait, how old are you
I
now?
thought you were 17 now.
Wait, this is a legitimate. I'm actually curious. How old are you? You were like 23.
I turned
He said
23.
23.
I will say
Okay,
when I
yeah,
did
yeah.
when we did the top Tuesday together, I actually thought you were older. Just because you've been playing this game for like you said since you were 7, so I just felt like you had been playing. I thought you were older, not like a lot older, but I thought you were like 26, maybe 27. But I'm not a nonce. I'm assuming that means what do you say, pedophile? You don't say pedophile, you say pedophile, and you say it very sternly. Yeah, it scares me.
You say it sternly.
But no, I'm not that.
Okay, that's
Thankfully.
valid.
Okay. Glad we cleared the air on that one.
Yeah, I'm
Joe.
glad we could clear that up. But yeah.
Oh, this is a pretty important question too. JD Lukey asks, first word that comes to mind when you hear the name Skatizo. Go.
Oh, deep love. So
That's 2 words.
2 words.
Oh,
Doesn't
fuck,
count.
love.
Okay.
Wow. That's so romantic.
How many
sorry.
gifted subs in your channel, bro?
I'm sorry that was the word you used.
Not really, how many?
I think this is a good one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, I guess it could be for everybody too. If you could have any animal as a pet, going back to animals, regardless if it's illegal or not, and it would love you, it wouldn't cause any harm to you, what would you get?
What?
A moose?
Yeah, 100%.
Would you ride it?
No, that's actually a badass answer.
That's a damn good answer. I like
That
it.
thing's fucking huge.
They are
Yeah.
huge, yes. Very,
Like,
very.
ridiculous. If you could just ride that thing, like, wherever the fuck you wanted to go, no one would fuck with you.
Bro, I
ever.
think a silverback would be kind of dope. You
That's a
could
huge
fist bump
gorilla.
it, you know?
Can you imagine that?
It would be cool if like someone walked in your house and like you had bought a recliner just made for the gorilla and he's just
Yeah,
chilling
'cause,
right
like,
there.
You could also communicate with it at a pretty sophisticated level and give it fist bumps and stuff. That'd be
Yeah.
dope.
That's kind of true, yeah.
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 Or if you
And,
had
like,
like a. Go ahead.
And like because they say like it wouldn't harm you, then I wouldn't be terrified of this thing just fucking snapping.
I just
Or
had this like vision of me watching like a big Tennessee Titans fans football. Just me watching, like I'm sitting in my recliner. I have my custom built recliner for my gorilla, and we're just sitting there watching the game. And then the
Dude,
Titans
you
score,
could
and I
be
get
like
excited.
James
and he gets
Franco in
excited.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, you get excited. I get
Spoilers,
excited.
bro. Come on.
Just be making noises. Be a good time. It'd be
Oh,
great.
sweet.
Ook ook. You know what I'm saying?
I like that answer. Yeah, I'd probably some type of primate. I think probably
Canadian
would be me.
goose.
I'm not sure.
I would like a cow.
Oh really?
Cow would be
cow.
nice. That's pretty.
feel like
That's
you
pretty.
can
That's pretty
already
basic because you can do that now. Yeah, you could have a
Yeah.
pet cow now. Honestly.
You could just do that if you wanted.
You,
Yeah.
you're
No,
not
I
gonna
don't
take
have
like
cattle are cattle are a lot more
I can't even
expensive
get
than
a
people think.
dog. Like
Wait.
what?
with Zoe. You're not even gonna pick like a Cape Buffalo or basically like a super cow.
I've never even had a dog. Okay, we gotta
Ooh.
start small. I'm not gonna go fucking
Okay.
buffalo for my first real
know,
pet.
Another
Okay.
one I thought of was a hippo. That'd be good too, because that is a low key one of the most
American
terrifying
bison.
animals ever.
A
Ever.
bison.
Fucking a hippo.
American bison would be pretty badass.
No one's
bro.
fucking me to the hippo. I
sick.
think a hippo can almost run like 30 miles an hour too. It'd be fun to.
Oh,
you know,
they're
take
they
a first
quick,
spin.
bro.
30?
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe
they're
so.
fast,
Let me look.
bro.
They're very fast.
They're
I
an
feel like we have
insanely
different
dangerous
like
animal.
wants in a pet. You know, you guys want like the strangest,
20,
largest
sorry.
thing that you could possibly think of. I just want like a cute,
A
cuddly
cow.
friend.
I mean, I feel like
You
a
know?
moose would just be like, I don't
No,
know,
Yeah,
I like
I
the
agree.
moose one.
A moose
animal
seems
that you
chill.
can-
Oh, never mind. It is.
very threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a crazy fact though that a hippopotamus, like the average speed is like galloping is like 20 miles an hour, but their top speed it says can get up to 30 here.
Oh,
And the
that's-
average
yeah.
the average human can run like 12 to 15 miles an hour. So I think it'd run you down.
Oh, for sure.
Insane.
That's
No,
terrible.
they're
They're like the
extremely
most dangerous animals in the world, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
they
one
kill
of
tons of
them,
people.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, they're
They're so
little,
cute
they're
when they're
ornery, too.
babies. When they're babies, they're so cute.
Nah, they're weird looking, bro.
What do you mean? A baby
It looks like
hippo?
someone stuck a pin in them and pumped them up with
Whoa,
a bicycle
wait,
pump.
Let me find a cute
Whoa.
Damn,
baby
They
dude.
hippo.
just look
Fucking hippo
weird,
slander,
bro.
bro.
That's fucked up.
Hippo slander. We slander other animals and people by calling them hippos, dude.
Well, Nine Rain's a
Hippo
goose hater. He hates
Their
goose.
word is slander. Their name is slander.
Nine Rain hates hippos and fat people. What a fucking guy.
I didn't say I did that. I'm saying other.
Oh,
people
I'm
did
sorry. Let me clarify. I hate that. You know.
that. Okay.
Go on.
I
go on.
hate. I'll add Canadian geese to the list of things I hate, but you know.
I think I'd want a kangaroo. That's what I would want.
That's pretty cool.
That's
cool.
sort of solid.
Just crawl in the pouch.
Would you
Yeah.
try and get in the pouch? Because I
I'd
feel like
definitely
with
try to
you,
get in
I'd
the
be
pouch,
wor-
for sure.
yeah, I feel like for you, I'd be
For
worried
sure
for that.
I'd get in the pouch, bro.
That'd be something I'd be conscious of, probably.
Not in a
Would
weird
you-
way,
would
but
you-
just
you
in
could,
like,
like,
yo, Gallop, take me around. Take me
Bro,
around,
it'd be
Mr.
kinda-
Kangaroo.
Wait, if you got an animal with opposable thumbs, you could hold hands with it. Just hold hands with your animal friend. How funny would that
Right.
be?
Look at the After Dark. I mean, like, come on, you wouldn't grab it, little fat rolls, and give him a little. Look at him, man. He's cute.
No, I don't trust it. Look at the way. Stare it dead in the eyes and tell me that thing don't want to kill your ass,
Well,
bro.
that was part of the question. The animal's friendly. It will not hurt you. It loves
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, but
That
that
was part
doesn't
of
mean
it.
that doesn't mean you can trust it.
You know what, Nine Rain? We are getting you a Canadian
exactly
goose.
what it means.
Okay.
That'll be your little pet for you. We'll get you one in
Um,
Vegas. You'll get your very own Canadian goose to walk around with.
Hamzy, you got anything? What would you get as a pet for the pet?
Dude, I don't know, man. I was watching Planet of the Apes the other day. That's why I brought that up. Like, I'd love to have a little ape, dude, that I could just communicate with, and build a relationship
I
with.
feel like
That's so-
eventually, like, I'm gonna
so
come over
wholesome.
and he's gonna your ape's gonna throw you a Four Loko, and then he's gonna crack one. I'm gonna be like, this is not okay.
Bro,
That would be
my
sick.
ape would be an alcoholic.
That's awesome, man.
I like that for you though. That's good.
Hell
you need
yeah.
that.
Thanks, man.
I guess this one's decent. From Abductor. How many Kit Kats can you buy with a tenner?
Do you even know the Kit Kat law?
I don't. That's why I'm asking. I figured I feel like there's more to this
I can't
question.
remember how many boxes I bought, but I think I bought like 30 something boxes for like.
Oh, you love Kit Kat. You're a big fan.
Yeah, I bought 30 boxes of 24 packs of Kit Kats for something like 20 quid.
That is insane.
That's
a good deal.
I just had like an infinite supply of Kit Kats for like a full year.
Where did you find this deal?
It was just on some online store, and like I don't know. I just saw how cheap it was, and I decided that 20 quid isn't a lot of money, so I might as well just buy a fuck.
Yeah,
ton.
might as well try it.
Dude, the turnaround on that's got to be pretty crazy.
That's
How did
crazy.
you consumed all the Kit Kats? I assume.
No, I think I don't know how many boxes I consumed, but I ended up just giving away a lot of them.
I was wondering, was there a point where you're eating them and you're like,
You start hating them.
that's what I was to say. I was like, was there a point where you're like, this is just terrible for me? Like, what am I doing? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I think after a certain amount of boxes, I started hating them, and I was just like, I can't look at another one.
That's fair. I've had that experience with a few, not really any candy, but like some certain types of like a Hot Pocket. Like I ate so many fucking Hot Pockets in my younger days that like a Hot Pocket now is like repulsive to me.
My mom bought the like
That's-
spinach and white cheddar ones. They're so
Oh god, those are
bad.
the worst.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just growing up though. When you're a kid, you're like, oh man, I could
Yeah.
fucking pound 12 Hot Pockets. Now you're just like, look at it, you're like, that's fucking
Yeah.
gross.
I mean, to be
Speak
fair,
for
like
yourself.
they're cheap and they're easy to make and it's quick. Like I get it, but yeah, if you overdo it, not good.
Big true.
Oh,
I
true.
just thought about the ham and cheese one too. God,
No, that one slaps. Don't even.
it was good, but I ate so many.
That's a personal problem. The
Isn't
ham and
the
cheese
pizza
slaps.
one
the
the
pizza
best?
slaps.
Like, by
yeah.
far?
I'd like the
Yeah.
pizza one the best, but I remember the pepperoni one was like it would like even though I was a child, it was giving me heartburn. It's probably not good. So-
Ham and cheese one like vaguely reminded me of when my mom made ham and cheese empanadas. So that one really it hits different for me. You know.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of that shit in Sweden, so.
It's good. It'll kill you eventually, slowly.
That was probably my favorite microwavable poverty meal. That or the SpaghettiOs. Love SpaghettiOs. Shout out.
Being American
fan.
sometimes, you know, it really is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I bet it is. You guys just have so much shit, genuinely.
There's too
Well,
much.
I
thing.
had that question for you earlier. So you said like you made the comment about you're gonna gain 20 pounds here. Are you what
I'm trying
food?
Every
You
single.
just want to try everything? You just want to
Oh
give
yeah,
it a
what
big
fast
go?
food are you looking forward to? Or
Ooh.
Probably everything that I just didn't have in Canada. Because I was in Canada for a RuneScape friend's wedding. And I don't know. Like I tried a decent amount of shit. I also got flamed the fuck out in my stream the other day because apparently a Frosty is an ice cream. It is not a milkshake.
Uh,
I got one.
debatable.
It's about as
Yeah, I was gonna
close
say,
as you could get to a milkshake.
Yeah, I was gonna say
but
I'll
it'd still
defend
be
you on
ice
that.
cream.
Like you're supposed to eat it with a spoon or whatever, but yeah, like I get where you're coming from.
It's like soft serve that's like almost a milkshake. I wouldn't
Yeah.
flame you for
Yeah.
that personally.
That's
It's too close
understandable.
to the line.
So I said I waited an hour to drink it, and everyone just flamed me, calling me an idiot. And I got
waiting is
so, I
little.
got so mad. I was so frustrated because I was just like, why would you serve it in a cup if you can't drink it? What's the point?
You know what? That's a valid criticism. I haven't
That's
really
a
thought
valid
about that.
question,
Okay.
honestly. man.
That's
That's-
valid. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll
We
give
get
you
ice
that.
cream in cups all the time. I never even think about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
just a deep bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same fucking cup.
Here's
they
what I
shove-
think. Here's what I think. I think that they don't want to like pay to outsource a paper bowl or plastic bowl, so they just use the because they already have the cups there, right?
Yeah,
Because everybody
yeah.
uses soft drinks,
it's for the
etc.
cup holder. Silly
Yeah, but
geeks.
yeah, and,
That too,
yeah.
yeah.
put it in
exactly,
your
it fits.
drawer.
That's
Actually,
true,
there's
yeah.
a lot of reasons why cups are superior in this regard. I think.
Yeah. We don't
Cups
have to
are a
get into
great
the,
vessel.
to
I
the
feel
whole
We
like-
just had to think about
science
it a little
behind it all.
bit. Just had to think about
Yeah.
it for a little bit.
Uh,
There's a couple reasons, I guess, but you're valid though. You're
in
valid.
fact,
You're
everything
valid.
that we eat in bowls should be in cups, and everything we eat in plates should be in like low-rimmed bowls.
I love a low rimmed bowl. Don't get me started on a low rimmed bowl.
Those are the best because it
Oh
just
my
accommodates
God.
it accommodates everything just great. It's just
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good.
So
Wow.
glad we could clear that
I'm
up.
glad we agree on something.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of disagreements today, but at least we can get together on low rimmed bowls of all things.
It's a good thing for all of us to come together on. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
might fight a lot and talk shit about whiskey and vodka and wine, but you know, lower in bowls. That's what brings us
Yeah,
together.
most of the disagreements just came on alcohol.
Well, you should be glad that Tasty wasn't here.
True.
Or T
That would've
Papa, I
been bad.
guess.
Oh,
Then you
damn.
would have had you would have had the wine tangent. So that's why I was able to proudly be like, yes, slapping the bag is great. He'd be here like rolling over in his grave. He heard us talking about wine like this.
Slapping the bag is a different experience. That's non-negotiable.
I feel like you're true. That's true.
Do you think it's time to ask the question?
I think it is. Then I'm gonna leave after that.
Okay.
Yep, we can. I think
Nope,
we should
because
wrap with that
I'm-
question. That's
I'm mad only
beast.
at ignoble and ignoble only, so I have to leave after this.
Cool. We wrap it. Let's
did I
bang out
do?
with the most important part.
I'll ask the question. I don't often ask it.
You
but,
did bring it
know.
up, so
Yeah,
Send
that's
it.
fine. Okay, so West Ham. Imagine there's an imaginary person in the middle, okay? Right?
Yeah.
And you need to Eiffel Tower this person with somebody else in the call. Who would it be?
Wait, and I'm not the person in the middle.
No, so
Correct.
someone
Okay.
an imaginary being is in the middle. So it's just who is like your partner in crime here.
Unless you want to be.
You could be in the
I
middle.
feel
if
like
you
I
want.
could
be.
stare 9 Rain in the eye.
Let's go.
you can't even see him right now. How would you make that
Bro.
decision?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
No, there was a right answer here. I'm fucking game, bro.
Yeah, I could easily just eye fuck 9 Rain while
So wholesome.
Yeah, bro. I feel good about myself. That's awesome.
Wait, how tall are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 5'8".
Okay, so there needs to be a bit of kneeling going on to eye fuck, but I understand the point.
Looking up and I fucking.
But how tall is 9 Rain?
I'm 5'10".
No, that's fine.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
close
you're not
enough.
that tall.
No, we're close enough. We're close
I'll
enough.
take it back.
Then.
Oh, that's
Bubba.
perfect.
Jeff, shut the
5'10"?
I see how you're looking, bro.
5'10"? Bubba.
Wait, PJ
I
thought
gotta
I
go,
was
guys.
like
I gotta
PJ
go.
for some reason thought I was like 5'7". Still convinced. Oh,
Damn, he
'Cause
really
you
just
are.
looked like that.
you really just.
It's because you are 5'7". I gotta go. See you guys.
right.
See ya,
Bye.
bye.
Oh, and he just fucks up the overlay
it's
too.
totally
Great.
fucked.
Nope, that's totally
Okay.
fine. The overlay is
We can-
completely fucked, but it's
I
okay.
mean, we can just end on that.
Do you guys
Yeah.
want to workshop tweets or do you not care? I don't care.
Yes.
I got nothing.
I'm too
I got
fucking
nothing.
tired to workshop today.
What's your
I'm
tweet,
gonna keep it
Hamzy?
real.
Go, spit it
Go
out.
for it.
Go.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna see what I had.
Oh, well, go for it. Here, I'll stream my login screen.
do you
so
have
that-
anything-
Actually, this is not
West Ham
bad, but
Twitter workshop.
Yes,
do you have
let
any
me just-
drafts you want to share with the class?
do it, Zoe.
Oh, brother, I don't think I have anything.
Yeah,
else.
me neither. I got nothing.
I got
Ignoble?
nothing.
How do you even
Okay.
how do you open it on PC? I know you can do it on your phone. Can you do it on your PC?
Click the
Yeah.
tweet button and then click drafts, but they're saved separately from.
You have to go to
on
the
your
tweet
phone.
button that's on the sidebar, like the blue
Right.
one.
But your drafts are saved separately on different devices, so if you have some on one, it's not on the other.
Oh, that makes
You might have none. Okay,
have
Hamzy, hit us.
So I just lost all my drafts actually when I got a new phone, but I have
Okay.
one. Due to bad RNG, my girlfriend has left me.
That's the spirit, bro. Just get the drop, man.
It's okay, but honestly, we haven't had a tweet in a while. I think it's time to shove him out.
What'd you say, Casper?
Yeah.
I had one that I've wanted to tweet for a PVM update for I don't know how long, and it's just Wooks mumbles an item on stream, and my bank either goes up or down 1 bill.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I think it needs to be more situational.
I like that Wooks mumbles in the tweet.
Yeah.
If you're near like a big PVM announcement, that would be a good one, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Wait for Desert Treasure too.
Yeah, just sit on that one for a while. You got that'll bang. That'll bang.
Mm-hmm. Great
All
potential.
right, I have one at the top of my draft, so I'll just.
Okay.
How to maintain eye contact with a female OSRS.
Okay. What?
All right. Okay.
Nobody laughed. It was sorry, Noble.
I'm smiling, so you got that, but you can't even see it. So Zoe's shaking her head.
Zoe, it was that bad? Okay. Fine.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
How?
Okay, fine.
Overdone, boring, not interesting, self-deprecating. I mean, really, the list goes on and on.
Damn.
Okay.
You're better than that, Ignoble.
Also, the tweet was bad.
Yeah, well, that's it.
She was just like listing things about me. She's just like, yeah, I don't like
we
this.
also all hate you as a person.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right.
All right. I think we should. That was my only good joke for the night. So maybe we just end there.
Casper, do you have any more?
I have nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
I've gotten really lazy about this part.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for fucking up with my camera and everything.
That's fine. Well, wait, we should close, but do you have any closing thoughts, Mr. Westham, about the Based After Dark cast, or how'd you enjoy your time with us? And anything you want to say?
You can lie.
I had a good time. No, I mean,
hey.
the only thing I don't really care, like, I have no opinion on pretty much. It's just like the American stuff. Like, I obviously know nothing about it. So.
Hell yeah, bro. Me neither.
I'm just here.
All right, man. Well, it's been great to have you. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you in Vegas at TwitchCon.
Oh, absolutely.
Looking very forward to it, man.
Hell yeah.